And we are live. Hey, everybody.
Yo.
We are here with Clip Monstar tonight. What is it, Monday? God, I wish it was Friday.
Lord. Today is, I don't even fucking know, Monday?
I think it's Monday. It feels like the Monday is Monday off, that's for sure. But no, welcome in, everybody. Appreciate y'all being here. It took just a minute. Skullz will be here in a minute. He'll jump in as soon as he's able to. But we're actually here tonight with Clip Monstar, who a lot of you in the chat I see already know. And they're saying hi to you.
Hey, what's good, gang? We in here.
Yeah, we're going to get into some conversations tonight. We're going to talk about, well, whatever the hell comes up, like usual. Basically, hoping to talk to you about some of the methods behind your music and some of your motivations. And if you have pets, I mean, hell, we'll talk about it all. So...
Pineapples on pizza and shit, all that.
Yeah, we could, I mean, that's actually a great starter. Like, that's a great place to just, dive right into it. Like, is it okay or no? Do you sometimes? Depends on the situation. Like...
I mean, I would never order it in my life. But if you already have it and that's all you got, then, it is what it is. I'm going to eat it.
You're not against eating it. But, you're not going to choose it if you have an alternative.
Right.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I think I've gotten froggy like twice in my life where I've actually ordered it and then I was like, why?
Yeah, never again. Like,
I mean, I'll eat it. I just won't order it. I agree with you completely. And yeah, everybody, those graphics, Wolf just showed up in chat. Shout out to him for the badass intro, the badass graphics. He puts all that together for me. He does all of the guest pictures and the profiles, the promo for Insta. He does all of it. So I mean, much love to you, Wolf. I appreciate you, man.
Yo.
Oh, and there's Skullz. Scared the crap out of me.
What up, guys? I'm sorry I'm late.
Oh, now you good? What's happening?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. How you guys doing? Late to my own party, I know.
Oh, good.
What you guys talking about?
Pineapple on pizza.
Talking about pizza?
Yeah, all that weird shit,
Pineapple on pizza, yes or no, or maybe just depends.
Oh, that's easy. Dude, the hate on that is so OD. It's so extra.
So
like it's not that bad. It's really not.
Yeah, it ain't bad. I mean, I wouldn't order it, but you know.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I probably wouldn't order it either, but if somebody ordered it, I'd have a slice or two. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Well,
fuck it.
does it depend on the toppings that are with it, or pineapple?
Well, I think if it goes with, I think if it has like ham on it, because ham and pineapple go really good together, then that's good because they offset each other. Then that's perfect. But it's just weird with red sauce.
I mean, yeah, that's weird as fuck with red sauce only. Like,
Yeah, there's something just kind of off-putting about that. It's like,
well,
yeah,
I think a
even the
cat
cheese
said
is a little weird.
jalapenos. Like that's where I crossed the line. No jalapenos for me. No.
Wait, on Hawaiian pizza? Oh
Well,
God.
Annette said in the chat, or Annette. I'll say
Annette.
Annette.
Yeah, that's my friend
Yeah,
Annette.
I could do
she
I
said.
do jalapenos all day. That's yeah, pineapple, bacon, and jalapeno.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah, that sounds like 3 different meals.
Right.
That ain't me.
Y'all can
Dude.
keep all the jalapenos on everything. Like, it doesn't matter what food, you can just keep them. You know,
Yeah.
I don't need them ever.
Yeah,
Bacon,
nah.
I'll take that. And pineapple, I'll take that. So
I fuck with every single one of those foods on their own, but not together.
well, wait a minute.
Right.
Isn't ham Canadian bacon? Like,
Basically.
I don't know Canada rules.
Yeah, I think it's Canadian bacon.
What?
I think it's Canadian bacon.
I think it is too.
Little pieces of ham chopped up.
Yeah, so technically bacon and pineapple go together. There you go.
Yeah,
I mean,
pork
but that's
and,
the whole. That's like the whole discussion, like, you know what I'm saying? The pineapple on pizza shit.
Well, it is, but at least we don't have anybody that's like, "Oh my God, you're evil," if somebody says it, right? Because some
Yeah, for
people
eating
are
pork,
like,
yeah.
"There's something wrong with you. You were dropped on your head as a child." Like, there's people are really obsessive about it, like you said. But no,
We'll probably get that because, like, I mean, I got some of that. I think when I said that, I don't think bacon is as good as people say.
oh yeah,
It's
you got
overhyped.
the flack.
Overhyped food. It's not bad, but it's like, bruh, I'm not.
It's not
like,
great.
It's yeah. I mean, like, it's all right. Like, I don't get it. Like I don't like my food that damn greasy. Like,
Yeah, I mean, depends if you go to Waffle House or Huddle House. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And see, I just get waffles. Like, I get some chicken and waffles, or fucking some pancakes with some fruit on it.
Well, they don't do
Like-
pancakes. It's Waffle House.
I'm sure they do pancakes.
You ain't no pancakes, bro.
Well,
It's just
I mean,
discrimination.
a waffle is a pancake just with patterns on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We're
They can't
fucking
just
weird.
they can't just give me the pattern I want. I don't want a pattern.
Right.
What if I'm feeling like extra vanilla one morning? Like, I don't want no patterns. I just want a fucking flat ass pancake.
Then don't go to Waffle House.
Hey, take that ass to IHOP, baby.
You're like, I'll fuck it. Yeah, right.
Rain says
I'll
she'll
just go to
take all of
Waffle
my
House.
jalapenos. You can have them. You can have them all. Oh, DK wants some? Take them. Take them. Don't give them to me. But no.
How do you not like jalapenos? They like not only do they taste delicious, they release endorphins.
Well, I want
What?
to keep my endorphins. Thank you.
Well, I mean,
They're
like, you
mine.
know,
You can-
they
I gotta
release
let
them.
'em go.
They release them to you.
Well, why
like
are
a
they holding
bird.
them?
I don't know.
Stop.
Ask your biology that question.
This is why we don't talk about food on this channel. Because it
Dude,
makes
our body is like a really bad manager. You know, you can't reason with it. You can try and influence it, but you can't really reason with it.
So now we got some people in here, and we're done. I've officially closed the conversation on pineapple and jalapenos. Officially, I don't have a gavel, but it's done.
I could find one.
I'm sure.
Let me see.
No, but
I was about to use a dumbbell, but it's fucking 10 pounds. I might put a hole through my desk.
no, Clip. The first time I ever heard you, actually, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, was on the Blind Site Cipher. That was the first time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I guess that was a good It's a good start, you know.
That was a really great introduction because I'll tell you flat out, what did it for me was, and it took a couple listens, of course, but even the first time through, it was all of those metaphors. It was all of there were just so many of them, but they made sense. And I was like,
Yeah,
I love how you bend those. That's something about you that I feel is really unique. You do it more than some people do, but you do it in a good way.
yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, that's the tough part, making everything make sense when you try to make shit sound cool. So,
It's
so
also like the hard thing about that too, I think, is just like you don't have a lot of room to, like, if you have like a really creative like bar, like
right.
if you like you only have so many syllables to get it in, and to try and jam pack it sometimes, that can be a real challenge.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if there's a beat. So that's the hard part with like a rapper, that like a rap artist versus a battle rapper. Like with a battle rap, there's no beat, so there's no structure. You just put together your own lines and end the shit when you want to end it. With the beat, you're like restricted, so you have to be more creative, and making that shit fit.
Yeah.
So yes, that shit that way.
I've never really done like a cappella stuff like that, but man, I respect it. I have some friends, like some friends around my town that do it, and they're really freaking good at it. And the creativity with being free and not constrained by a beat is pretty incredible as well. But then the creativity that comes along with being in a beat and having to operate under those constraints, it's equally impressive.
Yeah, I mean it's like what NBA Street versus the NBA.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly.
Um, but yeah, either way, it's gonna be, if you're good, you're gonna be good either way. So, but different rules.
Now, is it something that you have to think a lot about? And like, do you purposely, or do they just come up? Like, you're like, okay, well, this is kind of where I want to go with this, and then they just like show up, or do you have to actively like Google them? I'm not saying Google the
Well,
bar, but like Google like, what goes with that? Because I would Google it.
um, I don't ever really Google anything unless I second guess. For example, I said some shit about Beowulf and Hamlet and fucking Shakespeare, and I was like, "Yo, did Shakespeare write this motherfucking song? So like, or write this poem?" So like it was something like that, just to make sure my facts are straight. I
Right.
might Google it to make sure the fact is straight. Um, but as far as like just writing it, the hardest part is getting started. Unless it's on feature. If it's on feature, I mean, I can just go, you know. But if it's like a cipher, it's like, yo, what the fuck am I gonna talk about? Like, which angle am I gonna go with, or what are people expecting to hear? So which way, like, it's totally different when it's just me and versus a feature. If it's a feature, I'm just gonna go off of whether he found the hook and just run it that way.
Right. It kind of gives you a guide a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, it's like a little cheat sheet.
Plus, you can
Saying,
also play off somebody else, right?
I mean, yeah, always.
Like if there's a theme, right? I mean, because I've heard features where they're completely different topics within one song, and then I've heard the cohesive ones, which they kind of play off of each other. Like they talk about a specific, I don't know, item, and then the next person is literally kind of bouncing off that, not specifically talking about it, but referring to it, kind of like a nod to it. You know?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like, so that's why it's easy, because you could go either way. You could either use it and run with it, or you could like you said, just go the opposite direction, but in reference to it.
Right.
So the song's already there, like the format's already laid. All you gotta do is do your part. Like I said, the hard part is when you have a blank canvas. That's the hard part.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, I agree. That's always the hardest for me, coming up with something from nothing. But if
Yeah,
you got something, then you got something. You can run with that. But yeah, no,
right.
that's always the hardest fucking part. Especially if you got like a good beat and you're like, like I really want to do a good song with this. And then you really have to like
Right.
listen to the beat and like figure out the character behind the beat, and what's driving the beat and what you like about the beat. And then it's like, oh, okay, well, how can I complement that, what I like about the beat? and then you go
Right.
from there. But yeah, no, I definitely hear what
Especially
you're
if the
saying.
beat is hard. If the beat is hard as fuck, then it's like, I can't say no weak shit on here, bro. This shit gotta be a banger. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, sometimes it just like the beat will just drag it out of you too. Like there's times where I've just heard a beat and it's like fucking go off, you know? You don't even think about it. It just comes out.
yep,
All
yep.
depends.
Well, I'm just
There's no
curious.
fucking rhyme or reason.
Like when you're writing
Right.
a song, let's just say, if you're writing a song and let's just say it's a hard song or if it's more laid back or it's got like you could just kind of lay back on the beat, whatever the case may be, do you ever say, you know what, there's a song I heard that was fucking fire? Not that you're going to reference that song, but like, I just want to do better than that. I mean, not saying that you wouldn't want to do the best that you can, but just like, do you ever put like you know what, that was fucking hard. I'm going to go harder. You know what I mean? You ever get that in your mind's eye when you do stuff?
Every time I write a verse,
I got you.
like literally like, every time I write something, I'll try to make it better than what I just wrote before. You know, so I try, and if I don't try to do something better than before, then it's do something different that I haven't done before. You know, but as far as the actual people making me like rap better, like if I was gonna get on a song with, let's say like a Lil Wayne or some shit, I'm still gonna go as hard as I always go. But my competition isn't with Wayne at that time; it's with my last verse I did.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm only in competition with myself, and as long as I'm better than I was before, I know the shit gonna be hard. Cause my last shit was hard. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, everybody, I see
So,
everybody dropping in here, and shout out Dysfunctional for swinging through too. And I see some of your people coming up in here too, Clip. Honestly,
oh, nice.
yeah,
That's nice. We in here.
yeah.
We in here.
Yeah, I don't even think I said hi to the chat either.
You
I just
didn't.
came in and I was like, oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you just came from a conversation, man. Like nothing ever happened. Like,
Yeah, I just fucking dropped in like it was a normal call. It wasn't even a podcast or nothing. What up, chat? Hello. How y'all doing?
we got Nico in the building, Big Kahuna. I thought I saw Traumatos earlier and Miss Traumatos, Gary in here. You know,
Everybody.
we got some people in here.
I know, Casey. I'm so fucking rude, dude.
Yeah.
Rude as a fucker, bro.
Casey he's in his bag trying to be a troll.
Oh yeah.
Apparently,
I know.
that's his
I
new
know,
goal is
Casey.
to try to push my buttons, which is funny because I know he's trying to do it. So I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts.
I'm gonna drop a diss track on you, Casey.
Let's go.
Can you imagine me trying to do something like that? But so I know that you actually, like I said, the first time I heard you was the Blind Sight Cipher 3. If anybody hasn't heard it, what the hell have you been doing? And I actually went into some of your other music. I mean, that's right about the time you think you dropped Deity, right about then.
Yeah.
And you know, I went back on some of your content, you know, just checking stuff out from before, stuff, you know, some of the features and things like that. And like I said, that's one of the consistencies is you drop those damn metaphors. You really do. And which I think is unique and really cool, you know, because it makes you think, because it's almost like you're like, did you know, this. And it's like, oh shit, that made sense. I mean, I don't know how else to say that. Like you literally could insert a lot of different, you know, comparisons and things that you're referring to. And for someone like me who isn't as intricate with it, I catch them and I'm like, yes, that's awesome.
Right. So like the hard part is trying to say something. Like the hard part is like coming up with lines that attach to different audiences. You know, so what I try to do is I'll try to a metaphor every line basically, or a pun every line, or a scheme throughout the verse, or it's never gonna be just something very simple that's on the surface. I mean, if it's on the surface, that means I'm setting up something else for something deeper.
Right.
But the hard part is making it make sense to every audience. Like if you play basketball or something and you're a basketball fan, you'll get the basketball part of the bar. But I might not even be talking about basketball. I might be talking about some other shit, like fucking Dragon Ball Z or some shit, and then the Dragon Ball Z fans catch that side. But that one bar speaks both of them.
That's
So that's the hard part.
that sounds hard. It sounds hard, but that's the thing, though. Is like I said, it took even with just like the cipher when because you started off the cipher, so it was easy to go back and listen to yours because I didn't have to fast forward. And so I'm just saying, I can get lazy sometimes, but the thing was is that each time I would listen to it, like now I pretty much caught, I think, most of them. However, it was noticing that there were ones that I wouldn't have caught the first round, right? And I think that's a sign of a really good, when you're going, especially if you're going in hard, I think that's a really good sign. As a listener, that's what I listen for, is I don't necessarily want to catch everything the first time around.
Right.
It shouldn't. I don't feel like it should be that damn easy. Now, if you're laying back on the beat and you're just kind of doing more of a vibey song, that's different, right? But if you're going in, I shouldn't be able to catch everything, and it's not because I can't understand you or something. It's literally because they're complicated and some of them intertwine with each other, which I've noticed.
Yeah, for sure. I'm actually mad if someone catches my shit all the way through on the first time. Like, I get disappointed if someone catches all my shit, which has never happened, but I would definitely get mad if that were to happen.
I don't think you have an issue with that. It's not because people aren't going to be able to catch it. It's just because they're like they keep calling you an onion. I've been seeing it. The layers, that there's layers like where things fold on top, like together.
My group chat calls me a 5-layer burrito.
Well, I mean, it makes sense because you gotta, dig into it a little bit. But
and the hard part with a cipher is, you only got down 12 bars or 16 bars to do something, so you can't get too creative, but you can't be too simple either. So it's kind of difficult. When you have your own song, I could do what I want to on the first verse, switch that shit up on the second one. I do what I want to. On a cipher, I'm restricted to 16 bars. But my metaphor might last down 12 bars, or it's the same scheme for 12 bars. Right. Now I got shit else to say. Like, I got no more room.
That's why I'm not an artist, by the way.
Now what I do, like with the blind sight cipher, I take the little 12 bars that blind sight gave me, and I turn shit into 20 and run with it.
Well, I was gonna say, what's the favorite collab that you've done, feature or collab? Like, what's been the one that you were just like, man? I mean, this is nothing against anyone, like better or worse or whatever, but the one that you maybe you're like, man, I really wanted to work with them and it was awesome.
I wasn't not one specific person.
Yeah.
But so when I first got on the YouTube type scene like a year ago, I wanted to know who everyone's opinion of the top 5 artists was, So, just, I guess throughout months of trying to figure out who everyone thought was top, I want to be on track with all of them, right, or each of them. So, and not nearly to compete with them, but just to show that there's someone else that is on the same level, if not higher. But I got on track with 100 Koofies, I got on track with Markham's, got on track with 6 Seconds, King Blitz. So, and I fuck with all of them really. I would say the best overall product, like not just the song, but the actual product, like the video, everything all together. I'll probably say the one with King Blitz.
Gotcha.
Yeah, King Blitz is called Monster.
Yeah, I heard that one.
Yeah, and the only reason I'll say that one is the better ones, like I said, the overall product. Like when we went and shot a video, we shot the video together. When I wrote the song, we wrote it knowing that each other's. It was a more true collab than just, hey, I got a dope song, here's an open verse. You know what I'm saying? So now, even when I write my hooks, I write the hooks knowing what artists I want on it before I even write the song. I already know, but it's just the one with King Blitz was just so much more of a collab. So
No, that's kind of cool to actually like work, like almost like side by side, rather than like, hey, here's this, drop something on it because you're cool, I'm cool, let's do this. It was more like you're saying, you more like work together as a team to like make it happen through all the different, everything you had to do with the video, the song, the hook, the everything, right? Did you pick
Yeah,
did you pick the beat together or did you make? I don't know.
no, no, no. I always pick my beat for sure. So, I picked the beat. And I said, basically I reached out to King Blitz. He did a reaction for me. So I reached out to him and was like, hey, da da da. I'm sure getting you on a song. What can we work out? So now I sent him the beat. I put the hook on it for him already. I sent him my verse with it, so he already heard my verse with the hook and everything.
Right.
So all he had to do is just put his verse on it. But how I wrote the hook, it was meant for King Blitz to be on it.
Gotcha.
Like how the metaphors were tied to like a king versus a monster. So how the whole song went, it was talking about royalty shit and monster shit. So all I had to do was go there and be a king on it. Like I was like, yo, just do you, just be your king, bro, and just hop on that bitch. It's gonna work. So,
No, that's
but then
actually
we
a really
got the
cool.
video. Oh yeah, go ahead. My bad.
No, I was just saying that's actually a really cool concept.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty dope, man. Cause with Blitz, he's a real positive dude. He's a real good person, and like, he always like preaches positivity. But he's always also on like his king, I guess royalty type shit. And me, I'm like, I'm not the opposite, but I'm more like the one that I just don't give a fuck. So it's
Right.
like, okay, he could let him be the king, and I'll be the monster. You know what I'm saying? That you have to go through to get to the king's castle. You know what I'm saying? And
No, that's
that's how I went about it on the song. Because Blitz was one of the first ones to actually help do some of my reactions for me. So it's always gonna be a respect for Blitz.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
surprised I haven't seen more, to be honest.
I almost met Blitz once. It was pretty funny actually. It was when I first got into Discord, and Kat, you pulled me into a call, and King Blitz was in there, and I didn't even realize it. And then I realized it was him, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And he
Oh,
was like
fuck.
getting ready to go do a podcast, and I was like, "Oh shit, what up, King?" And he was like, "What up?" And then he cut out, and he left. I was like, I was like, "Oh man."
Anyway, like
Yeah, no, he was literally going right to a podcast, so I think like he was clicking it right as he did it. It was just funny though. I was like, I missed my chance.
yeah, it's all good. Like literally, if you went to a King Blitz chat right now and said his name or said what's up to him, he's gonna respond to you. He'll probably say your name too.
Oh
So
yeah, no, I have no doubt that he's a super nice guy. I've watched a lot of his content and everything. He seems like the nicest fucking dude.
yeah, I mean he's good people, man. So that's why I knew it was gonna work. I was like, yo, we got this dude. Yo, he's dope, and he's like the good, I guess, not the good person, but like I don't know, I felt like it worked. I felt like I could just be mean and how the fuck I wanted to be, and he could just be who he wanted to be, and it would just work together. Like, so.
No, it's a good
Yeah.
dynamic. It's a really good dynamic, honestly. And that's the thing is that, when you go out of working with somebody, that you just kind of mush along with and it just clicks and you nailed it. You know what I mean? It's got to feel really good. Like, that's how that shit should be done. You know what I mean? And plus,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not knocking any other approach to working with other people at all, but I completely understand, like, working together with something that's gotta feel great, especially at the end, because you guys are just as proud of it as each other. It's not like, hey, well, sure, I'll jump on your thing, and then you release it, cool, cool, and you move on. It's literally like something that you both are invested in.
Yeah, for
At that
sure.
level.
And I prefer something to be that we're both invested in. Like, so for example, I got a song with 6 seconds. So y'all familiar with 6 seconds?
I'm not.
I've heard the name. I haven't heard anything by him though.
Well, I mean, he's probably like, if you go to like any of the original YouTube ciphers, like with Crypt and everything, like he's probably like the main one. And like, he has some bars. So, but he's big. He's big on YouTube. He probably got like maybe like 400,000 subscribers, and he's just an artist. So, Anyway, so I reached out to him. I wanted to do a song with him. And it was one of those things, like I sent him the hook with my verse on it, the beat, everything was ready. He just had to put his verse on it. And the verse I got was like, it wasn't bad, but it was only like 12 bars, and I did like 26. And I thought we were gonna do like half and half on the track. I write half, he write the other half of the beat type shit. Like he ended. Like I
Right.
started, he finished it. And that's not what it was. And then if you go to his page, you would never even know he has a song with me. And that's the shit I don't like, you know? Like if I'm paying for a feature, like post a fucking song or share the link or something.
Right.
So
No, I get that.
Yeah,
So, I
I
mean,
had
that-
someone, and I had someone, and I'm not gonna say names. I'm just not that type of person. But I paid for someone to react to one of my songs on their channel, and they posted it, and then like a few months later, I went on their page and they took it down. I was like, bro, but I paid you. You know what I mean? Like that's some
that's tough right there.
yeah, that's
I
some
would
fucked up
definitely
shit.
feel some kind of way.
Yeah,
Like
so
now, was your music licensed to you as far as like could he like get paid if he had it on YouTube? Because sometimes they'll take it down, like so they don't get considered a strike if it's copywritten, like just to you.
no, with that it wouldn't copyright him. No.
Okay. So he just decided to take it upon himself to take it down. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I noticed that he took other people's down too. So I think he was just getting rid of like all the ones that were paid for.
Ooh.
And I was like, wow, okay. Yeah, that's shady.
yeah, that's
But
yeah, I don't like that.
yeah. Yeah, but I mean like, I'm not the type of person where I'm just like I don't really like call people out for that shit. It's just like I'd be like, "All right, I see you." And I don't fuck with it and I'll move on. And that's about it.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not gonna go out my way to call him out either, but I'm gonna let him know, like, hey, where's my damn? Hey, I was just going back to look to share the video that you did reaction for.
Well, yeah, because it's like that's
It ain't there. Like, what the fuck?
that's different. That's a collaborative effort. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
like when someone's just reacting to a song, that's one thing. But it's like when you collaborated, if you're not gonna share it, it's like why did you collaborate really? If you don't
Yeah.
believe in it or something, or I don't know. That's kind of what it's implying when they don't do that. It's like why aren't you sharing it? Like it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I agree. And even if you don't believe in it, that's cool. But shit, if I pay this a service, that at this point it's a business. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, it's just bad business.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You got to present yourself, and that goes through like this channel, for this podcast, for this community. When I approach people, I try to make sure that we're really, really big on it. And Skullz is the same way. We're really big on keeping our word, sticking to what we say. I've only canceled on one person. I had a legit reason, and they totally understood. One person ever, but it was like a once in a. That's when freaking Truth and Nick came in town to come visit those two reactors, Truth and Artist as well, and they flew in. Nick was here, and Truth flew in to celebrate my birthday with me at my house. So that was like a once in a lifetime type situation. It wasn't, like I was meaning to. But you got to hold yourself professional, right? You got to be respectful to people, even if they, even if it's something you don't agree with. You still got to be respectful, and just like I want to put out promotion for you being here because this is about you, right? This is about your music. This is about talking to you as a person. This is getting to know you better. Highlighting the things that are important to you, asking the questions if anyone has it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's supposed to be about you, and I'm going to push it, not just to get people on on my channel, but also because as an artist, I feel like you deserve the recognition. You deserve people to see that side of you, and that's kind of how I approach it. And I always appreciate when people like either they reshare it or they post a link or something. I don't got to go all out, but even just reposting, like if I post, you see the stories, right? You reposted some of mine.
Mm-hmm.
That's better than some people don't at all. They don't even bother. And it's like, well, I tagged you in it. I went through all that because that stuff takes forever for me to put together. It sucks. But
It does. Like
it sucks because you got to do this, then you got to make sure you mention them, then you got to make sure that it's cohesive and that it makes sense. You got to make sure it looks okay. You got to make sure that the music that's highlighting that person, if they're an artist, because we have other kind of types of content creators, reactors. We're gonna have authors next month, stuff like that. So you just got to make it make sense, and it takes a minute. And then if they don't reshare it, they're just like, and they move on. It's like, well, what the? This is highlighting you. I think
Right.
it's a respect thing, right?
Yeah, because like you're allowing me to be on y'all's platform and tell my story, or like this is y'all's platform and y'all allow me to be here. So I don't know. I feel you. I feel like it's also like an appreciative thing. So even if you're paying for a service for a feature and they don't share it, like okay, well that's bad business. But still, like that's a lack of appreciation.
Yeah.
Like so
Yeah.
I just shared. I think I just shared this particular link probably like 3 times already.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
probably.
saying? Like Twitter, my individual group chat. I think I shared it on your Discord right and I hopped in there, and then I shared it on my YouTube twice already. So just telling people tap in, tune in. I subscribed right off the bat before we even got live. I subscribed. It's just showing appreciation.
No, exactly.
Support you.
I think people kind of get all up their own asses and forget about that sometimes. And I'm not saying that anybody, like, I have no expectations. I'm not gonna like tell people, well, you have to bring at least this many people, or it's not worth my time, right?
Right.
That's not the case because I reached out to you. There's a reason for it because I fuck with your music and from what I'd seen with you as a person, right? And it's like there's no necessarily like you don't have to check and bring a certain amount of people or else well I'm just gonna cancel it. That's not how it works. But yet
Right.
it's just being professional and being respectful and being you know it is good business, because then when it
Hmm.
doesn't matter if something does great or does horrible. It doesn't matter if let's say you feature with somebody and then they share it and it gets like 30 views. Okay, so what? It happens, right? It happens. You try to push towards it, they try to push towards it, and it goes to 30 and you're done. Okay, fine. Eventually you might get to 60. Okay, fine. But that doesn't mean that you don't share it, right? Because you
Right.
went through all that, you jumped on that or they jumped on yours or whatever. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense. Unless there are people that are like, well, pay me for a feature and then they're going to jump on anything and then they just really don't give a rat's ass. They're just going to like, you know, puke out some lyrics and move on.
Well, see,
Yeah.
like I've had like an experience where someone paid me to be on a song, and I just wasn't feeling the song. Like I was like, and it wasn't even like their contribution to it. It was just like the beat and the style. I was like, it's just not for me. It's not me. And I was like, bro, I can't come up with anything for this. So like, I feel like I'm just gonna do your song a disservice. So I I feel like you should find someone else. That's what I said. Cause like,
Yeah.
if it's not for me, then it's not for me. And me hopping on it and taking your money, it's just doing a disservice to your song. Or at least that's how I feel. So it's like I'd rather just nip it in the bud and just be honest up front, being like, yo, this ain't my thing. Um like I think you could find someone who could do some um who's more for this beat, you know?
Right. And
But
and that's actually part of the artist side, right? So if I why would I reach out to you if I don't think you would help my song out? So that's part of him being more aware about, him as an artist, you as an artist, what direction he's going with the song. So that's why it has to make sense when you pick collabs, when you pick features. Because if not, if you don't want to write the song and you write it anyway, you're not helping no one.
Right.
exactly. Yep. Yep.
So,
So I just feel like it's a matter of just like, just being honest and open and pursuing the song rather than, just trying to be on everything,
right.
Well, plus, I
because
mean,
I'd rather put my time where I feel like my work's gonna mean something rather than just putting it everywhere.
Yeah, facts.
that's the
I
thing.
agree.
You can go for the money, right? And you can jump on whatever. But on the flip side of that, if you get to the point where you're doing smart features and smart collabs, and you're doing smart choices, smart songs, and smart lyrics, and you're marketing smart, right? You use your brain. You're going to get to the point where you don't necessarily need to do features in order to, get to tomorrow. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to chase that money in that way. Because for some people, I mean, they think that that's their approach. Hey, you know what? Market however, not you, but whoever. Market the way you want to market. If that's how you feel to get your name out there, is to jump on every collab or feature that you can, and you feel like then that will get you the biggest audience. Like, you're going to be, okay, well, I'm going to get their audience, then their audience, then their audience, and then everybody's going to think I'm great, and they're going to come be there for me. If it's not the right fit, it's going to flop.
Mm-hmm.
There's a question for you in the chat. Bridget says, can I ask how long have you been doing music?
Shit. Maybe like middle school. Maybe not on a serious note, like, but since middle school, I've been like, producing beats or, writing. But I didn't really actually write a real rap and record it until high school. Then I went to college, played basketball. So I was writing songs and recording in college. But then when I got out of college, when I really went serious with it, and I don't know, I've been making music since middle school. So as long as I could remember, really.
Well, you have
When
some...
was the
Go ahead.
when was the first time you ever wrote a rap? That was the whitest shit I've ever said. When's the last time you ever wrote a rap? When's the last time you ever wrote a verse? let's change that shit.
Well, I've always like made music and wrote shit down, but not with intentions to record it. So the first time I actually wrote something down with the intent to record it and people actually hear me and like put together something was in high school. My homeboy, his name is Mac. I used to make beats and he would just, come over, use the beats, rap on them, whatever. But he was like, yo, you should, get on the song, write a verse to it. I was like, I bet. So I wrote something. And after I wrote it and recorded it, he's like, yo, this shit's slick hard, bro. And ever since then, I just kept going and just worked on trying to find my actual voice, because when you first start rapping and recording, like, the confidence,
a lot of trial and error.
yeah, like the confidence for your voice, it ain't fucking there. I don't care who you are.
Yo.
So I had to find my voice, until I got comfortable with it enough to record it and hand it to someone. Like, yo, I know you know me for this. You think I'm an awesome basketball player or whatever, but listen to the song and let me know what you think. So you have to get past that little barrier to record and hand it to someone.
Right.
And then give it to people you don't know. That's a whole nother thing. Like giving it to your homeboys first, yeah. Family, yeah. But then people that don't know you and putting that shit out there for everyone to hear you, that don't know you and to judge you from nothing, like that's a whole nother level of confidence you have to have.
Right.
Oh yeah.
There's another question for you. What is the one misconception of Clip Monstar?
One misconception.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't even know how. I really don't even know how to answer. 'Cause I don't really know. I guess.
Like, do they? I would assume that could tie in with, do they judge you based on, this is what I think you're gonna do based on how you look, how you act, how you sound, how you know what I'm saying? Like, is there any kind of judgment in that way, or maybe because, the way that you do the rap, they assume that maybe you're newer. I mean, I don't, anything really. It could be anything.
I mean, what I guess sometimes is, sometimes people think that I'm trying to be like Hobson while we're contacts.
Ah.
And, but I don't know if that's like a misconception. I think it's just people like not knowing, having shit to talk about. But, oh yeah, you look like Hobson. Oh, you got your contacts from Hobson. So I don't think that's a misconception. I think it's just people just being stupid. And then, I would probably say, so some of my songs, I guess they're more darker. I guess like the visuals are darker. Like it's a dark image. So I would probably say like, people probably think that I might be a little on the dark side of like biblical shit, I guess. Um, but in reality, I don't even care about biblical stuff. Like, I don't go to church. I'm not religious at all.
So you're not
So,
like sacrificing goats.
right, you know what I'm saying? When I
Yeah.
say I'm a sacrifice a goat, I'm talking about a rapper who thinks he's the greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So when I say I'm a sacrifice a goat, I'm talking about I'm a turn this rapper that thinks he's the greatest into nothing. He's gonna be my sacrifice to the rap game. Like
Yeah.
if I say something like that, you know, it's all metaphor, you know. But my imagery, like I do a lot of dark shit, like the deity song, like
Yeah.
I'm a fucking black cloak, like a fucking Grim Reaper out there, like looking crazy as shit.
I got you.
But but yeah, so I guess people could take it like, oh, he's trying to be like dark, like I don't fucking know. But yeah.
But
Well,
on
I
the
mean,
flip
Hey,
side, you
only
like to be on that side of it because you said you like to be the monster. You like to kind of go that route.
exactly. Right. I like the dark side, but not the misconception of it being like a devil worshiper type shit.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
no, I got you.
And so you could be
I mean,
dark,
I
not
mean,
religious.
I mean, your brand can only be dark or light. So I mean, like,
Right. You know what I'm saying?
you can only go one of two ways, and if you go bright, then who are you copying then? You know, like, you're
Right.
just
You
gonna
know.
say you're copying someone else, bro. When it's like there's nothing original under the sun. So, but people gotta
Yeah.
compare everything to sun. It's just the way we think in those
Yeah.
hierarchies.
Because when I don't have my contacts in, motherfuckers, the first thing they say is Joe Budden. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't got my contacts about, oh, Joe Budden. If I'm wearing my hat a certain way, they're like, oh, Swiss Beats. Like, and just because I'm in the music industry, they feel like I'm trying to be like this person. I'm trying to portray like the, this image so I could fit in with this type of crowd.
Be like,
And
no,
it's
bro,
not.
that's
I'm
just
just,
my face. Like,
yeah, that's my fucking face, bro. Like,
Yeah, bro, you're just gonna have to make a music video without you in it, so they don't fucking compare you to anybody else. Just
right? You know what I'm saying?
just a wall while you rap.
it's just like a
Right.
blank wall, like literally,
Yeah,
with like a
exactly.
picture of you on the just tacked up with a piece of tape. Like,
Yeah.
Shit's awesome.
new video concepts. You know, you could be a floating head. You could. There's a lot of ways you can go with that.
Oh, but then you're token.
Like, and trust me, like, if I had a higher budget for videos, I would be on the weird shit. Like you said, a floating head, I would definitely do that shit. You know, like, that'd be amazing. But if I try to do it with my budget, that shit gonna look corny as hell. Like,
Well, I mean, you could make a corny song. I mean, that'd be fun.
I don't even know if me and corny are in the same sentence. Like,
So, anyone that thinks you're corny, that's a misconception, y'all. Just saying.
not a fucking misconception for sure. Fuck
Yeah,
them,
go
like,
eat your fucking Hawaiian pizza if you think that.
Facts. Facts.
Well, you have something. I mean, I see you advertise it for. So you actually you do a club thing too?
Yeah.
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 Well, so what is that?
So
I mean, I
that's
don't
how-
know much about it because I don't live in that area, obviously. So I don't know. I've seen some of pictures. See VIP
Yeah, I know,
sections and
like-
booties. That's what I've seen. But I'm just saying.
Hey, well, you know, the booty sells. So if I post booty on fly, I'm gonna sell a section. You feel me? So
Well, that's how you get
But,
people to get VIP.
right, exactly. So I mean, so I'm a promoter. I'm a event host. I have my own record label. I manage other artists. I do graphic designs. So I mean, I do a little bit of everything that revolves around music industry shit. So the main thing, my main source of income right now is hosting parties. And so when you were mentioning about promotion, tagging people, making shit look presentable
Mm-hmm.
and all that to 100%, because when I'm tagging these artists that are set to perform this weekend and I tag them all week, on all my pages, I got 4 pages. So I got like the club page, my event page, my label page, and my personal page. So when I'm tagging them on all these pages all week, 5 times a day, 5 times 4, that's 20. That's 20 times a day, all week, for them to post it one time that they're gonna be there, or they don't even show up. You know what I'm saying? That you liable not to get fucking booked again. You know.
Well, exactly.
So I feel you with the promo not sharing, mentioning. I feel you. I feel that 1,000%.
Well, because, like, you know, I mean, I'm not artistic in any way, shape, or form. And I know people argue, and if you're one of the arguers in the chat, just shh, I don't want to hear it. We've had this argument before. I'm not artistic in any way. Like, I'm not creative. Like, I don't create graphics or, you know, concepts and things like that. That's not my forte. I'm more of a networker. That's kind of my niche, I think is a good way to put it. I can network the hell out of some people. I know a lot of people, and I talk to a lot of people, and I have good relationships with a lot of people. Like, that's just who I am. However, I work with Wolf, for example, on all of the graphics, you know, and a lot of times I give him carte blanche to do what he wants with it because he has that creativity. He's a producer, he's a musician, you know, he has songs, he's got instrumentals, he plays guitar, he does graphics, he puts together the intro videos and stuff. Like, he comes up with all of that, you know, but it has to be cohesive. So it's not simple, right? Like, you've got to, and we try to customize them for each person and make sure that, you know, everything looks nice because, I mean, don't get me wrong, we started off ratchet as hell. Like, that was a thing. It was like text on the screen. Like, there was text on the screen and that was like it.
Oh,
Like,
hey, it be like that. But see, but that's the part of starting, you know, like you had to put that shit out there for everyone in the world to see it and judge it, you know. But you have to start somewhere. You can't just start off with an 8K video. Like, that's just not realistic,
no,
you know.
exactly. But once you get it kind of cohesive and you put the effort into it and you're like, ta-da! And then the person that you put the effort out for is like, eh. Like, it's not that it's not a good, you know, thing that you put out there. It's more that they're just, they just don't care. They're not invested too in their own, you know. For if I was to say somebody, which we haven't had this, thank God, yet, you know, there will be at some point. There always is.
Nice.
Like a guest that just doesn't give a rat's ass and is like, all right, well, whatever, you know, and just kind of blows it. You know what I'm saying? Like, doesn't care.
Yeah.
Most people are invested in their own selves, so they're here for it. But I could just imagine, like, if you're doing promo and you're doing, like, you're hosting a party and you go through all this and, you know, you're putting their name on it and then they don't fucking show up. Like, like, you just ruined your shot. Like, you could have had an opportunity. This might have been your opportunity, no matter how small. You never know who's going to be there. You never know who you're going to meet. You never know who that person knows. You just might be that moment because, you know, people don't know who I am, but I know people that I know they'd want to know. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and it might have been that moment where worlds aligned and stars and planets aligned, and that was their chance, and they blew it by just not giving a shit. That's just
I mean,
bad business.
I mean, that's for me, like that. That's what's irritating the most. If they don't show, it's like, yo, first of all, I could have someone that I know is gonna show up that deserves some recognition.
Right.
Because if I'm personally tagging you every fucking day on all my socials, you're gonna get some exposure. So if I'm over here giving you an exposure, that's basically free promo, and then you don't hold your end of the bargain by showing up to the event. Like, even if I don't like your music, it's like I respect all artists because I'm an artist first before anything. So it's like, yo, if I'm promoting you all fucking week, show up, bro. Like, do your job, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
you have one job.
This shit blows my mind.
You have one job. Show up and do what you were supposed to be there to
Yeah,
do.
just show up, bro. You ain't got to perform a whole fucking set. Perform one song in the club. They either gonna like it or they not, and get the fuck on, bro. But show up, because if they ask me, hey, who's this dude right here? Well, yeah, you know, he good people, da da da. He has this kind of music. I mean, I think you gonna fuck with him, and he don't come. Now, I don't look like the trustworthy promoter. You know what I'm saying?
No, exactly. I get that
Now
completely.
now I look crazy. Like, oh shit, he wasn't gonna be there anyway. He was this damn janky ass promoter trying to get people in the building type shit.
Or you obviously don't know what you're talking about, because if you're going to push somebody that's going to act like that, then maybe you don't know what the hell you're doing. You know, that kind of thing. On top
Yeah,
of like you're
fact.
obviously associating with not the best people or something. Because if you talk somebody up and then they turn around and they shit on it, like, or they drop the ball, it makes you look bad. It makes you look bad.
Yeah, a
A shout
big
out to
fact.
Rude Knock and Vibe and Ricochet. They're all joined recently.
Oh boy, Vibe in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Ray,
Yeah.
Mari in the building. Rudnock in the building. Mari, Rudnock, Ray in the fucking building. Who else in this bitch?
Ricochet showed up. Ricochet does some badass art. He does like graffiti and he draws them by hand, and he actually has a Twitch channel where he does them, and then he does like a time lapse video and he posts it on YouTube, and you could see him drawing and doing all of they're pretty fire. So if you like any kind of graffiti art, he's amazing.
But I always need something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen his stuff. He does good work.
Yeah.
Definitely good work.
Hell
Shout
yeah.
out Ricochet.
Ricochet. I see it now. Y'all thought I seen the name earlier. I was like, Rika. I was like, yeah, Rika. I was like, wait a minute. And he said Ricochet. And I looked back. I was like, oh, Ricochet. Bar.
No, I did the same thing. I was like, Rika. Nope. Like fucking Pikachu.
It's just one of those things like everybody calls truth no lie. They call him truth noli. And it's like
Oh man.
he has capitals in it, like no lie. Truth, no lie. And they're like truth noli. No.
That's fucking incorrect. Like
That's where you just grab the bridge of your nose and you just go.
Well, they call you
Oh, I get called Skills sometimes.
yo, so when I first seen your name, I thought it was Skills.
You did that?
Yep.
Oh no.
Like a couple days ago, right when I seen Skills, I was like, all right, Skills. Oh, Skulls, I'm tripping. But like
But see,
like,
you corrected yourself. I've seen
yeah,
people
yeah,
like
instantly.
this
But
ever.
when I looked at for a quick glance, I was like, okay, Skills, all right, okay, Skulls, I'm tripping. And but yeah, when I first looked, I thought Skills.
well,
Nah,
my
But you know,
favorite.
I'm into sports, so we talk about skills a lot when I'm in sports and shit. So I was instantly skills, like, oh, boom.
Okay, yeah. Sometimes if you look at it real quick too, yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, man, because I play basketball, so I'm damn skills. I'm like, oh, skills training. And I looked up and said, okay, yeah, cat skills. All right, bet. Oh, skulls. Oh, okay.
You play basketball. So how tall are you?
6'7",
No, of course you are.
big bars.
You're lying.
Well, no, if you see like for example the blind sight cipher, if you see his hands, they're like this size. I don't know of like a ruler. There's
Yeah, holy shit! Like I'm looking at the picture on the page. Yeah, dude. Like your fingers look like baby arms.
Yeah, I make sure I can caress the basketball firmly, you know.
like in the
Yeah.
palm of your hand, like literally, and not in your fingers, just in the palm because your palm is big enough for the basketball.
Facts.
Dude, bro. Damn, 6'7", bro. So you're probably a power forward, right?
I'm a shooting guard, small forward.
Shooting guard. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be shooting like a motherfucker.
Okay. Oh,
But you know,
yeah.
you still get dunked on. You know what I'm saying? But I
Yeah.
shoot. The shooting is what opens up everything else to my game. So
Yeah.
So you
Holy
dunk
fuck, I
on
just
people without
realized.
like jumping, right? You just like bend your hand down and you dunk.
so look, that's okay. That's a common misconception right there. No, so 6'7" in the like a pro level is not tall. You know what I'm saying? So all these motherfuckers I'm playing with are power forwards and fucking centers. They're like 6'10", 6'11", 7 foot, and they're big as shit. You know, like these some big boys out there.
Bro, I'm
So
5'2", so
yeah, well, I guess they went over 6 foot gigs, man. So
like you
Yeah,
could
yeah.
literally like just rest your elbow on my head.
yeah, that sounds about right. Sounds about right.
No, I think I think it's great. Like when I hate being short. Like I don't care. I figure if I was you're as tall as you are, I would be like skinny as hell, so it'd be perfect. But the thing is, I think that tall people are fun. They can reach the top shelf. I know, we're just giving you shit. You know that we're not like we're just giving you shit. But I would give
I'm
anything.
not sensitive. You're good. You're good.
I'd like clean the top of my fridge and stuff, you know. Um, there's a lot of things I would do with that. I would just stand up right next to someone, look down on them with my arms crossed, and make a face, and like scare the shit out of them. I'd do that a lot too.
So basically, what you're saying is you don't clean the top of your fridge.
I don't know. There's like dust bunnies, and I think the dust bunnies have like cobweb friends. It's weird. I just let it ride because
A lot of people just handing you like the dusting thing. Be like, could you get that?
Right.
man,
Like every now and then, I'll walk down the store aisle, like or the aisle in the store, and I'll see an old lady, and I'll grab something for her off the top, make her a whole month.
does she see you like 3 aisles down because your head is above the aisle?
Right.
Yeah.
Excuse
You're like
me.
spotting her bald.
Can
You're
you
like
come
spotting her
help me,
balding.
please? Like,
Hey,
yeah, you
don't let it be a fresh shave day. My damn head be shining like a motherfucker walking through there.
like a beacon. Yeah, Dino is probably 6'7". Yeah, see Annette, my friend, her ex husband is 6'7", and she's 5'2". She's my height. That was
I
always
mean,
fun.
I say most taller guys are attracted to shorter. So
Well,
that's usually how they go.
yeah, well, most shorter women like tall. Well, they're all taller, so that works out too.
Yeah, everyone's taller than you if you're 5'2". So
I mean, no girls really like shorter dudes, right?
Well, if they're shorter than me, then I'm no offense, but they're like,
Yeah, that's like I'm not shitting on anybody. It's just an honest question. It doesn't seem like there's
well,
a lot of girls
technically, if
who
you're
are.
that tall, you could.
Yeah.
tall guys like fun size.
Well, if you're a tall ass chick, then you don't have many options at that point. Like it's all like you're looking down on everyone.
Yeah.
Like an
So that-
Amazonian woman.
You better get it.
LA business and find you a basketball player. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's another thing is that people assume if you're tall, then you've got to play basketball. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of people do play basketball. However, just because you're tall doesn't mean you play basketball. Right?
Right. I mean that's true, but I feel like you could tell if a motherfucker is tall and athletic versus a motherfucker that's just tall. You feel me? Like if I saw someone of my height, I could tell by how his build or by how he walks if he has some kind of game about him. If that makes sense.
No, I get you.
Like you could be a sloppy 6'7" and be like, yo, my boyfriend's 6'7" and he looked 6 foot and round. He just round as fuck.
6'7", 485 pounds.
Yeah, fucking bad knees and shit, torn meniscus. Like, oh, fuck.
That motherfucker does not play basketball. He plays ping pong, motherfucker. Like,
dude plays the computer chair.
Yeah, see, she said that he didn't play basketball. He got asked all the time.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's everyone. That's what everyone does. If you're a female, they'll ask you if you play volleyball. Like that's like the go-tos.
Well, I'm short, and I played volleyball. I was really good at it too. But they wouldn't put me in the front row, and I wonder why. Because I could basically almost walk under the net.
Right.
Like the easiest limbo level ever for you.
That's a misconception that short people can do limbo better. That's not how that works.
I mean, you should be better. You start low. You know, the bar's low. You feel me? So.
Well, I mean, you gotta be able to suck it in and go under it. You know, you could be short and fat like I am and can't go under any limbo bar. You're just gonna knock it over with your boob. Like that doesn't work. So you gotta be like limber and flexible and like be able to flatten into a pancake to do limbo.
If you keep talking shit about yourself, Kat, I'm gonna beat
it's
your
not. I'm
ass.
being serious. Like my boobs knock everything over. It's ridiculous. It's a fact. I'm not talking shit. I'm just stating facts. Turn too fast. It's like, damn, there went the drink. Fuck.
Good. Foot taller than me. Desiree says my boyfriend's a foot taller than me.
What's up, Desiree? I didn't see you come in. No, so I just thought that was funny. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. I'll be trying to keep up with the chat at the same time, so I can make sure I can respond in a timely manner.
Oh yeah. Don't.
Wait.
We are chat. Pay attention to us. That will resonate forever. I need to make that onto a T-shirt.
I'm really fucking loving these new thumbnails and graphics.
Oh,
These are so dope.
you see the
Well, I
smoke in
don't
the
know what all of
background?
them look like, but this shit looks good though.
Well, it
Yeah,
used to.
every
The bricks were the last one, right? Like the ones that the first one, like I posted today, that had the bricks on them. That was the
Mhm.
most recent. This is the first podcast that I've actually rolled out the intro screen, as well as this background, the way it looks like right now. And that, thank
It's
you,
dope though.
honey. Same, babe. She says your boobs can knock me over anytime, cat. Right back at you. Um, but no, this is the first podcast that we actually like rolled this out specifically. And before that, I'm telling you, it was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna add a graphic and I'm gonna slap another graphic on Streamlabs, like slap, 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 and then there's the chat box, and it's just font. Like
Right.
it didn't look nice, didn't look cool. It just was like ratchet. It was crazy. It was great though. I mean, it worked.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
every single one has been an upgrade, and so shout out Wolf. For real, bro, you make fucking dope ass shit. We appreciate you. I
Hmm.
feel like we do this a lot. We like have like every episode we shout out Wolf, but hey man, he deserves it.
Oh, for real.
Uh,
I sure shit
I
can't do it
mean,
myself. Oh, they want
Yeah,
more music
we
from you.
saw what we did by ourselves. It was just fucking a black screen with some scribbling on it.
It really
oh,
was.
hey, you gotta start somewhere.
Well,
It's all about progression. All about progression.
we did a St. Patrick's day after stream. That one was hilarious, and there were like 6 content creators reactors that came throughout the night, and so every time that new one would show up, I'd like stick their picture on it too, and then whenever someone would like leave, I'd like put an X through their face, like. By the end, it was all like X's and like scribbled out people. It was great. We were all kind of scribbled out by the end of that 6-hour stream. It was a drinking
Yeah.
night. Donate and we'll drink. That was fun.
Oh, that sounds legit.
It was crazy. But no, it's been a lot of fun. And that's the thing, is that, you got to do you have to start somewhere. And it doesn't matter how small or big you are, you just do the
That's
best you
what she
can.
said.
Put out
Well,
quality, right? If you can.
it's all about quality content for sure.
Yeah, because I mean,
Except
it
if you're
might
a
not
tall,
look
if you're,
pretty.
but if you're a tall woman, then you might care if you're small or big. So,
Right.
Really.
That was an easy setup right there.
buzzing. I just look at the chat and see Desiree saying boobies.
She's like,
Okay.
wait, what? And she's looking like. Desiree loves to talk about boobs.
Yes. Hashtag boobies. I'm doing it.
Yeah, that was probably the best comment so far.
MVP.
Right.
You really need to
Alright.
hashtag it, you asshole. But no, it really is. That's the thing, is that it doesn't matter if you have. I think Truth says it all the time, like when he's doing reactions and stuff, and he's like, it's going to be fire when you got a motherfucker standing there in a tunnel on some train tracks in front of a mic, just standing there staring at the camera. And it's just them. He's like, that's just about to be fire. They're about to spit some shit. It doesn't have to be. But yet, on the other hand, we always appreciate really good production level, right? It doesn't have to be the most amazing, blow your mind out of the water video. It can just be a fire song, right? It could be well thought out lyrics. It could be just a banger. You go in hard. You can just ride that beat, and everybody feels that vibe, and you're like, yeah, right? It doesn't need it, but whatever you do put out there needs to be quality.
It has to be quality. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so I'm not gonna. Okay, the only way I'm gonna do like a video like that is gonna be if it's a feature or a cipher. But
Yeah.
like when I do my music videos, this shit gotta be A1. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Cause for me it's all about presentation. Like, so it's the first video you see me. This, for example, is on the fucking railroad track with a little microphone. Think about, oh, he just like every other rapper. You know what I'm saying? That don't give a shit about budget. You know, I want the first time you see me to be like, yo, this video's in fucking, what is that, 4K, 8K? Oh shit. Okay, yeah, okay. Let's see what he's talking about. You know?
I
So
got you.
I have to have a good video, you know. And if I can't get a good video, I'll get like a good little animation, like maybe like a cover art or cartoon, something like that.
I,
But that's just me though. I gotta have some kind of presentation because a lot of people in person know me. So like, yo, Clip, you putting that weak shit out there like that? They'll definitely roast my ass in person. So I can't do that.
Hey, what's up, Jen? I just saw your comment. She's there to show love while Sleeping Beauty wakes up. That's funny. Um, no, and I get that. Like there's different ways. Like I prefer to have a good video, right? I prefer that. Or
Yeah.
if you're gonna do like, for example, if people are gonna do a lyric video, I want to be able to follow the lyrics. I don't necessarily need them like splashing. Like my eyes are looking over here, then over there, then over there, and I'm like, what the? Like you're trying to find where the next lyric is. Like it's on the corner over here, and then it's in the middle, and then it's on the side. Like it's confusing. It can be confusing. It just needs to be cohesive and nice. It just look nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just,
Yeah. Sure.
but it doesn't, you don't have to have a big production. You can have a badass graphic. You can have just, simplistic is fine. It's, to me, that's fine. However, if you're gonna make a video, you know, I prefer the ones that I enjoy watching, I guess. I don't necessarily need a movie quality. I don't necessarily want to watch a movie during the entire thing.
But
But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know, I mean, it's to each their own. People do things differently. Some people are like, look, I'm going to pour everything into this, but I'm not going to release it until I get a video. And if they get the video, it's got to be at this quality. Hey, do it. If that's the
Yeah.
level
I
that
mean,
you want your shit at, good. Make it happen.
yeah. See, that's the hard part right there, right? So
Hmm.
once you do it one time, right? The expectation that you have for yourself and that others have for you after that has now been increased and been raised. So let's say I'm not sure what deals I got with the graphic, right? But after this graphic, you can't go backwards.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you could only elevate or maintain. You can't go backwards. So I don't know. Let's say Wolf gets crazy with this shit, and he has to charge a little more or something. I don't know what the deal is,
Right,
but
right.
now your budget increases. So now you're having a financial obligation put to the side in order to keep up to date with what you're doing. So that's the hardest part with shooting high quality videos.
No,
It's
exactly.
like if you're gonna spend 400 one time, you can't just do it one time. You gotta do it for the next video and the next video and the next video because you can't go backwards. You're like, yo, what happened? Like, what happened? So that's the hardest part for me is constantly spending 400, 500 for a video, 100, 200 for a mix of studio time. Like that's what takes the longest is having $600 to put into your music before I make one penny back.
Right. And
So
sometimes you don't even really make that much back. That can happen. Like it could take a minute before you make anything back out of it.
yeah, yeah, definitely because like you probably won't get paid initially until at least 3 months on that song that you just released. I mean, like you could probably see it, but you can't collect it until after 3 months.
Right.
So it's like that's why I do everything else. That's why I damn host parties, host showcases, do my shows, do my walkthroughs, do special guest appearances, do features to make up for that.
Right.
So and that's why I do it.
Well,
But
see, there's
but
the
that's the hard part.
that's what people don't understand. People get, and I see your question, Young. I'm gonna bring that up in a second. Um, that's something I think that is one of the things like this podcast specifically is geared towards is one of our first ones we started with reactors and things that the chat doesn't understand or know, people requesting reactions, like what it really goes into it, how much time and effort, and then for them to come back, well, wasn't what I wanted, wasn't good enough, wasn't, all these different, you could list everything off, right? And how it's not just like, oh, I'm just going to slap something on there and go forward. Like, that's not quite how it works. What's up, Carly? People
Hey,
don't
Carly.
they don't understand the background for artists either. Like, people are like, well, where's the video? I want to see a video. What's going on? They don't understand the production that goes into it and the cost. Like, if you're not able to do it yourself, to spend for someone to take care of that for you, or to get the equipment to do a quality job, and then if you do one and they're like, well, this isn't up to snuff, I didn't think this was good enough. Well, the fuck you want? Like,
Right.
you want me to bust out a video every other week? Like, you want me to like drop a song every other week? You want me to drop a video every other week? And at the level that people are at or whatever, you don't necessarily have the budget for that. But then people, that's what they want. Well, sometimes want in one hand and shit in the other, and see which one fills up first. Like, it's not always going to be that way.
That's why I move at my own beat. Well, shit, I'm gonna drop a video when I feel like dropping a fucking video. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's also like too, like even with like and talking about costs and shit, it's like when you're doing a video, if you have to rent a location, that's another
exactly, bro.
And I mean, like that can be like that can get expensive really quick. That can like like if it's a good location, that could cost more than the video costs to make.
Yep.
Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, the cost to put out one song, like one single, like like one that you plan on pushing. Like, you want a great video, you want great location, great props, you want a great sound, so you want great mixing, great mastering. You want the rights to your beat so you can sell it and get 100% of your royalties. So the cost of, before you even put the song out there, it could be expensive. It could be like $1,000. And these motherfuckers want a song every week with a video like that. Like, nah, bro, I'm not spending $4,000 a month on my shit, bro. That's not happening. Not right now. You know what I'm saying? So, but
all right, you want to do that? Be like, how about you pay $1 for my song? Oh no.
Oh yeah, niggas want free shit, bro.
But they want to listen to it. But people, like, that's why it's really important if people get an opportunity and there's something that they hear that they like, you guys go buy the song, buy the album, do what support them, because if you like what they're doing and you want them to keep going and you want these artists to do better and to do more, then I'm sorry, but shit costs money, and that's that simple. And this is if that's where their budget's coming from, it just is what it is. That's the reality of this world. It doesn't just fall out of the sky and they just pull it out of their ass. They actually have to pay for it. And if you actually are there to support somebody, then you need to support them. Push it, show it, share it. Hopefully other people will just put that 97 cents, the dollar, however much it costs, depending, to get the track. I mean, that's support. Like, I'm not saying that everybody is going to be able to. Sometimes people just don't freaking have it. Okay, cool. However, every little piece of it counts.
Yeah,
yes. And that's why I bought Rachel's song. I fucking love that shit. I was like, I want more of that shit. Like I'm paying for that. Because she offered to just, like, she sent me it early, and I was like, when are you dropping that so I could buy it? And she was like, oh, you could just have it for free. I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm buying that.
Yep.
Like,
yeah, because you understand as an artist what it takes,
Exactly. And like, yeah, I mean, and especially like her, like, she works her ass off, and I'm like, I'm surprised she bangs shit out like that. And it's like, dude, the least I can do is give her a dollar.
Yeah.
Right. And the thing is, that dollar, she don't even get that full fucking dollar, man. Like, that's what my motherfuckers don't understand. You're not giving me a dollar. You're giving me a part of a dollar.
Yeah, you gave me 70 cents. Like, let me go make another video with this 70 cents.
Time travel back to like 1910.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, 70 cents would go a long way, y'all. Like, you could do it. Young says Clip has so many songs, but I'd like to know his top 5 favorite songs that he's written.
Top 5 that I've written. Okay, my first one right off the bat would be Silent Storm. That's more of a serious song. There's not really no bars in that shit at all. It's more like a life story. So I'll say that one first. Um, shit. After that, I really don't, man. I really don't know. I like the song got called "Problem," but I don't really know. I mean, I like most of my shit, but I'm always trying to compete with my last one. So I'll be feeling like my newer song is always the better one, but really it's not better. It's just I was a little better,
Right.
but don't mean the song is actually better. Oh, that's tough right there, yo. That's a great question.
Well, are there any that you specifically stand out to you? Obviously, you said one that's more of like your life story that would resonate, and that would be something that you could have loved or hated to write. Because some people love hate a relationship with their life story, right? It could be hard
Yeah.
or it could be fun. It just depends. But is there anything that like you're like, ah, I really wanted to talk about this, or I really wanted to put this out there, and I got to put it into a song? Is there anything that just kind of stood out?
I mean, that song right there,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
song's one of the main. Uh-huh. Silent Storm is that's one that stands out above all the other ones because I was talking about how my coach committed suicide when I was in college and he helped change my life and all that shit. So that was the one that resonates with me the most when I think about any song of my music. So all the other ones after that, well, not all of them, but I would say like the last year are all just like, yo, I'm fucking ripping heads off with this rap shit. So they all fall under that category. You know? So
Yeah,
like, I like the song with Blitz, I like the song with Koofies, I like the song with Merkums, I don't know, I like most of my shit for real.
well,
I
good.
don't know. So
I mean, honestly, good. Because if you didn't, then I'd be kind of concerned.
right.
Like I'd be a
And I
little
got
bit
some
worried,
older
but
songs too. Like I got some older songs that aren't on YouTube, that are sentimental songs also that are close to me. So I don't know. I made a lot. I had to sit down and think about that one.
Desiree
How
asks,
many
I like the
songs?
question because now I don't know. So now I have to go back and listen. Like,
Yeah, how many songs do you think you've made?
um, recorded and put out probably like 100.
Okay.
Recorded and put out. Written could be like ain't no telling.
right,
As far as like just verses. So
Okay.
like I said, I started making music since I can remember. Like middle school, I was just writing and writing and writing. Um, but in the last couple years, I haven't made as much music as I used to make because now everything time is more valuable now.
mm-hmm,
So I have a son. My son's 6 years old. So when I have my spare time isn't for myself. It's my spare time spending it with my son.
right,
So that's gonna come first every day, every time. Whether I have a feature that's like a deadline at this time, like I don't care. Like I'm gonna spend time with my son first. You know. So with that
There you
being
go.
said, I spend less time making the music because I don't have the mental space for it.
right,
Like I can't like this. It might be like 3 o'clock in the morning when I write my song because that's when everyone's asleep. I'm by myself. I can get in my own mental space and write something. So lately, I mean, I've been doing maybe like only 2 songs a month. You know. So, but before I would write 2 songs a day. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
That's crazy.
yeah, so,
No, I get
but
you.
Hey man,
like I
some
said,
things
because
are
now I'm
more
getting
important.
paid off of promotion. Now I'm getting paid, so I have to spend more time promoting. That's bringing me money. Because time is money. So it's like I could write a song right here, but I really need to be doing this. 'Cause I need some money in my pocket. So
Yep. And
it's
see
hard
that
finding that balance.
Yeah. And see that's like why like I like to support artists that I really believe in because I understand that time is money and if I pay them then that's an incentive for them to put more time into the product that I invested in, which is their art. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I just think people got to start thinking more like that, where it's like, oh, if you like what someone's doing, if you genuinely do, and you want more, just invest in them because,
Hmm.
like, especially in any artistic endeavor, like people do that for them. Like, they're not gonna quit doing it, really. Like, if they can do it, they will do it. So if you permit them to do it financially, they will do it.
Yeah, 100%. Because let's say it's not payday week and you want me to do a song. I'm like, yeah, I got you. Right. In the back of my mind, I know I need to go to the studio and pay for my studio time. So I'm going to do that song whenever I get to go to the studio for myself. You know what I'm saying? And then while I'm there, I'll do your part. So,
Work
but
smarter, not harder.
right. So if my session ain't until 2 weeks, then you're not getting the feature back till 2 weeks where I have my session. Now, unless you're paying, right? So now if you're paying, let's say paying $200 for a feature, now I got $100 I can put to the studio time. I can go there to the studio tomorrow and go ahead and knock it out. You know, so it's definitely a different incentive, definitely different push when someone's paying for a feature versus when someone's not.
Well,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I mean, honestly, that makes sense because, you know, there's a lot of things that people do just because they love to do them. I'm not saying that you just let me just say what I'm saying. There's a lot of things that people do because they love to do it. For example, I do this because I love to do it. There's no financial incentive for me to do this, or for Skullz. We don't make anything. We're not monetized. We don't have any kind of, you know, we don't get anything for it except for just doing it and just having good conversations, good community, you know, getting to support artists in the best way that we want to, that we feel is really, this is our way of supporting people. Aside from like the normal, of course, right? At least for me personally, this is how I do it, is by putting eyes on them, by saying, look, check them out, hear them speak. I don't care, skip through it, fast forward through it, you know, hear if there's something you want to hear, and, you know, just go to their channel, check out their music. If you like it, subscribe, or drop a like on a good song. Whether you like all of it or one of them, it doesn't matter. Just, you know, this is somebody I believe deserves your attention, or, you know, at least to listen, right? If it's an artist. And
Yeah.
that's the best way I know how to show support, other than if there's a premiere we show up, or, oh, you know, dropping the links in the Discord or whatever, trying to help. But this in and of itself, it's not a monetary, we're not getting paid. We don't get paid for it. Yeah, sometimes people are generous and they will send donations because they're in a mood and they want to, and that's cool and that's great. But it sure shit ain't paying my bills. And it doesn't take precedence over like my job and my kids. It can't. I'm not making enough money to pay not a single one of my bills. So,
Right.
do you know what I mean? Like, if I do this once a week or twice a week, I'll have enough to at least like pay my phone bill for the month. It doesn't happen.
Mhm.
So, you know, without that incentive, you know, sometimes you just do some things out of love, right? So if you're going to do a feature, it's because you want to, right? If you accept one that you're not getting paid for, you want to, but it's got to be on your time, right? It's got to work for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Otherwise, you're taking away from what you need to be doing, your child, or your job, you know, the promotions that you're doing, or, you know, if you can fit it in with
Right.
what you're doing
And my own
already.
music. You feel me? Like,
Yeah,
and my own music.
exactly.
So like, so let's say if I'm writing a song for this person, and this goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Me and Skullz were talking about. We do the feature out of love because we love making music, and you know, and we fuck with the person that wants the song. But then they turn around and don't post it. You know what I'm saying? Or they turn around and don't even release the song. They just sit on that shit for like a year, and no one ever hears it. Now I just wasted my time. You know what I'm saying? So I wasted my time and my effort, and no one's gonna hear these lyrics that I wrote down that I took my time to write. Like no one's gonna hear it. So that's a whole nother part of it. Like that's part of the reason why people charge for features. Because you may not ever put the song out, but I already spent 100 on studio time and my time to write your song while I could have spent my time to write my own song that I knew I was gonna push and release. So there's a lot of different, you know, aspects to it when you do a feature. So my first thing is are you gonna release the song? When are you gonna drop it? When do you plan on dropping your project? Because right now I got like 10 features out there that no one's ever heard, you know, which is terrible, you know. I hate that I did it.
Yeah, because I mean, you put effort into it. It's not like you just, you know, put a smiley face on a piece of paper and handed it in. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
You did the work.
It's like anything. Like you want to be rewarded for your hard work and your efforts. You know, and I mean, like I say, like when I do music, like if like I want to be rewarded for it just so I can keep doing it. That's that's the reward in itself.
Yep. For sure. Like, because I want to hear the finished product too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, yo, I haven't even heard this song yet, bro. I sent my verse over a year ago, bro. The fuck is going on, bro?
Yeah.
So,
Well,
Yeah,
young
man,
ask, do you listen to the beat then write, or you write as the beat's playing and pause every now and then?
I do both. All right, so
Yes.
So the song, okay, so the song I made, Curry Flow. Okay, that's one of my top 5 songs, Curry Flow. I love that shit.
Which Nico
Come
references in
back.
the very next comment.
Right. Oh, he does? Okay, yeah, okay, boom. Wait, what did he say? If anyone ever asks, okay, answer. Curry Flow. Yeah, Curry Flow. So that's one of my favorite songs I wrote, one of my top 5 ones. So for that particular song, in my mind, I knew what I was about to do. Like, I didn't know I was going to write, but I knew the angle I was going, and I knew the pace I wanted to do it at. So I wrote the song, pretty much the entire song with no beat at all, you know? But I know my BPM, which are my beats per minute. Like, I know where my beats per minute is naturally. So what I did is I wrote the song, and I was like, okay, I want this kind of beat at this tempo. And my producer sent it over to me because he knows my sound. We got chemistry. And boom, it was perfect. I didn't have to speed up how I said anything. I didn't have to read, like, in my mind, how I wrote it is exactly how it sounded when it was placed on the beat. So for that particular song, I wrote the song first, but I did finish it with the beat playing, stopping it, pausing it, making sure everything was in pocket, taking my breath at the right times, taking out syllables, making sure everything was clean, and then, writing the next part. But usually I do listen to the beat first. But for Curry Flow, I wrote it first. So
No, that makes sense. I understand.
yeah, that's that one.
Yeah, I like that. Yes.
Yeah,
What's up,
both.
Larry? What's up, Darnell?
Yeah, there's like
And Daniel, welcome in.
what up, guys? What
Hey,
up?
Ricochet, he says your podcast has put me on a lot of new artists. Your support for the community is amazing. I appreciate that because here's the thing. There are artists that, I mean, sometimes, like, Truth loves to say this to me. He's like, where do you find these people? I just do. I specifically pay attention to, like, Jackson's top 10, and I actually go through the honorable mentions that I did because I don't have time to sit in the whole live and listen to all the requests and stuff. I don't have time. So I go through and I pick and choose and I poke and I listen to some, and I could tell in like 10 seconds if I like a song or not. And I can like hear the beginning, and if I'm like, I'm not sure, I can skip, and I know whether I'm going to completely skip it or if I'm going to go, ooh, I want to hear this, right? And there are lots of really good artists that are really, really small. Some are really, really big. It doesn't matter. I prefer independent artists because they just hit different. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. There's no independent artists in general as a rule tend to care more about what they're putting out there than how much they can get in, right? They're not like, well, if I just do trash on a piece of paper or trash on a beat and I get paid for it, fuck it, who cares? I'm not here for that. Like, I want to hear something that makes sense or something unique. I want to hear something that sounds good. You've got to have that. And the people that are really doing it for themselves are going to do the best that they can because they're hungry, right?
I was just about to say that, bro. We're fucking hungry.
Yeah.
Like that's why like watch the NBA, but then watch college basketball. College basketball, bro, is a lot more competitive.
Yeah, like
they're right up on people defense trying to steal the ball. NBA is more lax, like people hang back, like it's like we made it, baby. We're good. You
Like,
know?
so if you look at like certain players in the NBA versus college, you know which ones are coming on the last year of their deal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you actually like look like, damn, and you look at his contract, well, then he's up for a contract renewal at the end of the season, and you can see how he plays that year. Like, yo, so like it's a statistical fact when players on the last year of the contract ball the fuck out. You know, like
Yeah.
they play harder than they ever played after they got that first million, billion, whatever it is. Because now they're either gonna get cut and not have a job, or they're gonna get a big check. So you can tell a difference. Like I said, college, you're working to get money. Then once you get in the NBA, you got money. When that next fucking extension comes, you gonna ball. Like you
Yep,
gonna play
yep.
defense. You
Oh,
gonna do all the intangibles.
yeah,
Dive
oh
on the
fuck!
floor and shit, cheering
I
for your
knocked,
teammates. Like
I knocked up for the bitch. I gotta fucking get the soundtrack renewed.
facts, bro. Facts. Like,
Oh, God.
yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, Larry, no worries, bro. I'm just glad you're here.
You sound like a robot right now.
You break that?
You do sound like a
You sound like a
robot.
robot.
I was like, wait a minute.
Do I sound like a
Yeah,
robot?
I thought I was tripping. I was
You,
like, the fuck?
we'll just say, yeah, you were tripping. We'll just blame it on that. No, I was
I
tripping
don't
too.
know.
I was listening for an extra second. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I paused. I was like, yo, this shit sound crazy. Like,
Desiree gets colored contacts. She usually gets them. She wants to know what brand and what color they are.
I had just posted in the chat for her.
Did I
It was
miss
this.
it?
Yeah, I got this place I go to called Color Contacts, but it's like Color Contacts,
Oh,
and they have everything in that motherfucker. Like, they got some Naruto. They got They got anything you could think of. They got Incredible Hulk shits. Like, they have the pretty ones. They have the dark ones. The
Oh
funny
man,
ones. They have everything.
I'm
I'm
about to
actually
look
placing another
good.
order today. I got to order like 10 more.
yeah. We're just like, literally like everybody's gonna like be posting on Instagram. Everybody's gonna have like wild ass eyeballs. I remember when. Okay, I remember when the color when contacts started becoming like you could have cool like I mean I know you could but it wasn't the norm. And then I remember going to like you go to Spencer's or Hot Topic and they had these contacts that were like had 8 balls on them or like
Mm-hmm.
dice or like completely whited out or whatever, and it was like because I swore I'm gonna get those some I still haven't, but you know it's just one of those
Well,
things.
I got some red contacts when I was in high school, but I only could put one in. I could never put the other fucking contact in. Like, so like I just could never do it. So when I started putting contacts back in, it literally took me like 30 minutes to put the first fucking contact in. I kept fucking blinking, like my eye was watery as shit, bloodshot eyes from poking my eye over and over. Shit was terrible. Like, but they stopped selling them at certain stores because I think it was the FDC or whatever the fuck it's called, FCD, FCA, where the fuck that is. Anyway, fuckers were getting sued for hurting people's eyes
Yeah.
or damaging their eyes. So
Well, because you have stupid fucking idiots that go in there and are just like, I'm just gonna get these, and they want to wear them all the time. They don't know how to take care of them. It's not like they need them for their eyesight, and they're just honestly they just want to look cool. And the fact is that sometimes if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, you really can hurt your eyes. And then of course,
yep.
what do? They blame the people selling them. You sold me these. Well, you literally tried to use a fork to put it in your eyeball. Like, how is that my fault? And they still win this lawsuit. It's ridiculous. Stupid lawsuits are is like a vice of mine. I like to like. I used to get this email back when we used to get emailed stuff all the time. When like with chain emails and things.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was a whole thing about stupid lawsuits, right? And it was started with the McDonald's one, and it would be like the burglar that sues the family because he broke in and they beat his ass and he's suing them for assault and stuff. Or these people doing dumbass stuff and like they use products incorrectly and then sue them for not having instructions, or like not giving them a demonstration. Like, yeah, the Walmart dude's gonna be like, okay, you do know how to use this, right? Like, that's not
Mhm.
how that works.
Yeah, this reminds me of like the people that fucking like get hot chocolate and then spill it on themselves and then they like burn themselves and then they sue. They're like,
Yeah.
That's the McDonald's thing I'm
for
talking
hot
about. Yep.
wasn't
Yeah,
the
that's the
bubble for hot
McDonald's shit.
wasn't poked in. It's like, oh my god, bro.
The
It's called
McDonald's
hot
thing.
chocolate.
It started everything because the chick got a coffee like everyone else under God's green earth, right? I don't drink coffee, but you know, people that get coffee for years and years, for decades and decades, they get coffee in a cup, and coffee, they want their coffee hot, right? So it's hot. So she gets it. She's in the drive-through. She takes the cup and goes, "Oh, it's hot," and she spills it because you know she didn't have a good grip, whatever the case was, and then she blames McDonald's for not saying it was hot. Well, no fucking shit. If it wasn't hot, you would have handed it back. But then she
Yeah.
sues them and won. That is why they have hot coffee. And now I'm sure there's more disclaimers, but they put hot coffee on the coffee cups at McDonald's. They had to, but like because they lost the lawsuit and paid
And
millions.
well, I say, that same shit happened to McDonald's also, with the lady that got fat. Talking about she blamed them for eating the supersized fries. So they won that lawsuit too. So now they don't have a supersized French fry no more.
Yep.
And now if you look on the menu, they have all the calories there. So now you know what you're getting. Because before, like, oh, I ate your supersized fries, and now I'm overweight, suing you, boom, boom. And I was like, all right, well, no more supersized, but we're gonna put the calories on all the meals. So that's the same shit that happened to them before. I think it was like years after that.
No,
Yeah,
exactly.
they should
And
just start changing their like instead of calling it the McChicken, call it the McStroke or something. Or
But like, nah.
can I get a
First of all,
big
if you're on the
big
fast food,
hamburger?
you gotta stop there. Like,
can I get a extra
I
hips
get a-
and thighs and love handles, please? Like, you know,
right.
can I get high cholesterol? Yeah, a side of high cholesterol and some blood pressure, high blood pressure. Yeah, I'll take that too. You know, like, but
That'd
no,
be
it's,
great.
you know, this is, you know, people don't have common sense anymore. Honestly, people just don't
Yeah.
have common sense anymore. And the thing is, it's like, oh, it's so cool. It's supersized. It's huge. Like, oh, look at all your fries. Because, you know, the intention, of course, McDonald's is a corporation and they want you to go buy it every freaking day because they make money and that's all that matters. However, the intention of fast food was if it's convenient. So if you needed it, you're on the road, you're stopping on a quick lunch, you don't have time to make dinner that day, whatever. It's fast, it's convenient, it's easy. You pick it up. It's not meant to be eaten 3 meals a day, 5, 6, 7 days a week.
Right.
It's not, and that's not the intention. And just because you switch restaurants, that doesn't fix it. I'm just saying,
Right.
it doesn't fix it. Like
Like,
it's
I'm gonna go to Burger King, and then I'm gonna go to McDonald's, and I'm gonna end at Wendy's. But
So-
all right, the fuck.
yeah, it's like people
That's
just
why you just didn't have bread. So
people need to use common sense. And the thing is that people like to blame everybody else for everything that goes wrong with them. It's always someone else's fault in every capacity for every reason. It's, you know, but then you got, and I'm gonna bring this back. Okay, let's see if you ready for it? I'm gonna bring this back.
We'll do it.
That's another thing about people like independent artists. They work their ass off. They're not afraid of hard work. They don't want it just handed to them on a platter. They want to work for it, but they want recognition for what they've done. So also, when you go and you do a feature and you've done the work, right? And you put your everything into your music and someone puts you on a feature and then never release that shit, it's a slap in the face. Like, dude, what the fuck? Because you put your all into it every time that you get behind the mic, every time you record. You're putting it all in there. You know, you're not looking to be like, well, you know, I'm not a success because that guy didn't post a feature once. Yeah, you might be salty a little bit about it, but it's not going to stop you. And that's what I said. They're hungry.
Hey.
I got some homies that
Thank
put
you.
my song.
Thank
On
you.
them fries.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got some damn homies that damn haven't posted a song, haven't released a song, and I'm on. They my homies, you know, and I'm like, and I ain't done a song with them since, you know, like, and they the homies, like, and I still ain't doing no music with them. They're like, hey, Clip, bro, when we gonna get that feature? I'm like, nigga, never, bro. Like, whenever you down, whenever you release a song, how about that? Whenever you start releasing your music, then we'll do a song. And I be with him at the club every week. And still ain't done no song with him.
Yeah, but you know
You
what?
know,
That's business.
that's it. That's all it is.
It's
Now
business.
there's that hey, look, hey, I'm gonna give you down 200. By bro, I don't even need 200. I need you to put the music out. That's it. Like just put it out, bro. That's it. Just put it out there. So now I can share it to my people. If you ain't gonna share it, at least I'll share it.
Well, that's the thing is it's like it's and in that respect, like when it's somebody who's just a listener, you word of mouth is everything, right? Your reputation matters. Everything that you do matters when it's your business, when it's your brand, right? You have to
Right.
be smart and careful about the choices that you make, about the people. I'm not saying that you affiliate with, because you want to go cut it up at the club, go cut it up at the club. That doesn't fucking matter. But when it comes to who you're pushing for your, when you're doing your parties and stuff, when you have an artist show up and then they don't, that looks bad on you, right? Like you're protecting your brand and your reputation, and that's everything, because word of mouth actually does matter. If someone were to say like, "Oh my God," let me think. Kat, told me that we're gonna do some this, that, and the other, and then, I showed up and she's like, "Nah, I decided, I'm gonna go eat some McDonald's tonight. Fuck it," or something, or that we bring somebody on with false intentions, where we have an agenda like, oh, well, this person's controversial. We're going to rile them up and talk shit so that they lose their shit. Haha, good content. Like that kind of stuff. It's your brand. If you actually give a crap about it, you've actually got to make an effort to be pretty clean on that so that there's no question, right? Same with your music. If you're saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
I'm doing a feature with so and so," or "I'm doing a song with so and so," and then nothing ever drops, it's like, okay, well, I thought you've done features with people, but then there's nothing out there. That can hurt you too.
Yep. Facts. And
But
that's really my main thing with the features is just drop the music. Like, because my first response is always, when did you plan on dropping it? You plan on dropping it on Apple, Spotify, YouTube? And they say yeah, and then I continue the conversation. And they're like, well, I think I'll put it on my album. I'm gonna drop my album next year. Well, then hit me up a little much closer to next year.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm doing that shit right now.
Facts.
besides
So I
your,
mean, I don't know.
besides yourself, what artists are you currently listening to?
Um, I'm listening. I'm listening to King Los. You know what I'm saying? I like King Los.
See,
Okay.
You
Are
all know who that
you
is?
are you mostly a rap fan? Do you listen to like other stuff mostly, or is rap your biggest thing?
I don't even listen to a lot of rap because a lot of it isn't. Uh, first I'm working the go.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, like
You don't have to say anything else.
so like so I work in the club, right? So I hear club music most of the time, and it's all hip hop. So when I get outside the club and I just want to listen to some rap, I want to hear some rap. Like motherfuckers that can really rap. 'Cause I've been listening to the dumb shit in the club all weekend. So I
right?
want to hear some actual rap. So, if I'm listening to it, I'm like, man, this shit sounds real 10 years ago. Like I knew what he was gonna say. Like that's why I only listen to certain rappers. Like I listen to King Blows because I don't know what the fuck he's about to say. Or what rhyme scheme he gonna go with. Or if he's gonna teach me something I never knew about in ancient history or some shit. Like so, so that's what I've been listening to a lot currently. Um,
Have you heard of
Other
King
than that, I listen
ISO?
to R&B, R&B and rock shit.
Hmm. Have you heard of King ISO?
Yeah, I know King Asa,
Yeah, I've, I,
but
I found him based off of other people's requests, like because when I'm mod lives, I heard of King Los. Like here's what's funny, I've heard of King Los. I knew of King Los. I'd never heard anything he'd done until I heard
mm,
Truth's song where he's got King Los on his song. That's the first time I was like, oh, 2 + 2 4, got it, cool, cool. Like
yeah,
I'd heard of him, but never actively gone and searched out any of his music.
yeah. I mean, so it's not really all his music. It's just him as a rapper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because some of his music isn't something I would listen to. Like, because I thought you have people that could rap, have people that could, and then have people that can make songs. And I feel like you could just rap. So anytime it's something to do with like a freestyle or like or like a remix on someone else's beat, I'm listening to it because I know he's gonna say some crazy shit.
Right.
And whatever he does say is gonna make me want to go write some shit. So that, but I started listening to like shit with him having a hook on it. I haven't really heard that much because what I have heard with him having hooks on it is just not my lane. Like I ain't that shit don't it ain't for me.
I
But
got
he's one
you.
of my favorite rappers though.
No, I
So
got you. I mean, because I mean,
he's still like the Wayne when Wayne was dropping mixtapes and shit. Like you want to hear a Wayne on a mixtape, like that's the kind of shit I like listening to. Wayne on a mixtape versus Wayne on a commercial. Like
there's truth right there, actually. He just popped up in chat.
What up, Truth Nolly?
No, Truth
Right.
Nolly. Truth, yeah, Truth Nolly.
Truth Nolly in the
whatever I was
building.
talking about earlier, truth, no lie.
Yeah, that's Beats, Bars, and Delivery. That's Truth No Lie. But people will call him Truth Noli, and I'm like, really? Well, see, I didn't say it earlier, but I was going to say my least favorite thing. It's so funny. Like, let's say I do just to show some support. Let's just say that people take super chats or they donations or whatever, and sometimes I have a couple extra bucks and I'll send it to them. And I love when they don't know me. Like they know me, but they don't know me. Like they've seen me in chat and they've never really said my name out, and they'll go, "So xxK."
Well, right.
Like, really? Like, at what point do you not realize that my name's Kat and I have X's at the beginning and the end? Like,
So that for me, that took me the second response. Because at first I was like, yo, who the fuck is XXK? What the fuck? XXK.
I need to
And I
shorten my
just
brand. I'm just going to be xxK from here on out. That's it.
so once I got to XXKA, I stopped. I was like, oh, I ain't gonna try to read that shit. And then when I came back to it, I was like, oh, it's Cat.
Yeah.
Capital K, capital T. Okay, okay. But I stopped before I butchered the name. I was like, fuck that shit. I'm gonna wait for someone to say something and not respond.
Well, it's fun when people try to pronounce like xxKaTxx.
Oh yeah, definitely not. Yeah, I definitely will not do that. I learned.
It's one of
I
those
learned to read
exotic
in your
names.
head first, like.
It's definitely exotic. Like I need to do like a phonetically. I need to do a phonetics where I post it next to my name where it's like xxKaTxx. Like.
Right, yeah.
It's just
that sounds
hissing.
crazy. That shit sounds crazy.
It's just like a fucking jazz beat.
Good old Temptations.
I'm so. I just can't.
Sorry, my dad was a jazz man.
Oh my god! I just heard percussion sounds. Like I actually don't have a name. I'm just a sound. I'm
Yeah, you're just
Elon.
just-
Elon is my cousin. That's why. Like that's what happens.
Elon's your cousin?
Oh.
Bro, give me a job at Tesla.
With naming the kids, get it? Like, yep.
No, I'm actually Elon.
Oh,
Apparently.
my bad.
Hey, Skullz, you freestyle?
No, I do not freestyle.
Hell no, me neither. Fuck that. Because Daniel B asked me earlier. I don't know if y'all seen it, but he asked me, if I ever freestyle or something along those lines, and I already responded to it, but I just thought about it. I didn't know if you did or not, but I don't do that shit. So I have high standards, and my freestyle game is average as fuck. So I don't ever put that shit out there unless I'm in the shower freestyling or some shit.
I feel
Or
like
in the car, and I'm freestyling, I got the drunk homies that don't know nothing. So it's cool.
yeah, right. Yeah, no, I feel like even like really great freestylers where it's like really impressive, even there's a lot of filler in there.
Yeah.
You know?
It has to
It's
be,
just
you know,
like yeah, because like there's people who like saying they're freestyling and I'm like, I just don't buy it. You know?
yeah.
Like I think like Lil Wayne, like he probably freestyled a lot of stuff because there was like verses where it was like, okay, that was messy, that was like, like it was believable. But some of these people like come in with like rapping for like 6 minutes straight, and it's like complicated ass bars, and I'm like, yo, no,
Yeah,
you're
no
not
way.
coming up with this on the dome.
Yeah, I believe
No.
the term freestyle got turned into
Free verse.
yeah, like no structure. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Inflated.
Here's a
Yep.
song with no hook. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what they changed they turned freestyle into, hey, this song with no hook.
Oh,
Like,
okay. So everyone, my latest song, Greta Thunberg, is a freestyle. If you want to go check that out.
right, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's a
That's
badass
freestyle,
song,
you
bro.
know, no big deal, just freestyle.
you know, freestyle.
Yeah.
Took me about 3 days to come up with it, but yeah, there.
Off the dome. 3 days off the dome.
Fresh off the dome.
No, but I mean, like, even though I don't freestyle, I mean, that's no jab at anyone who does or anything. I mean, I actually have a crazy amount of respect for anyone that can do it even poorly, because I can't fucking do it even poorly. So, you know,
Yeah,
it's
for
it's
sure.
just a different it's
And
just a
like,
different lane. It's just a different lane. That's all.
yeah, and then like, so what happens with me is, let's say I do start freestyling, I start making up words and shit, man. Like, motherfucker, like, I don't even know. And then I'm so used to writing metaphorically, I start relating shit to shit that isn't relatable and shit. You know, it's weird. It's weird as fuck, bro. Like, I just can't do it. But then, like, 4 bars I wrote in the last song will pop up in my head, and I spit them 4 bars. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? And then I go back and it's it's a train wreck, bro. Like,
I've had a fight, and like I've told this story before. I had a fight in a chat one time where I was telling people that there is a potential, like there are people, they do it different ways. They've got like phrases that they use as filler that they can kind of go any which way. Like it's got enough versatility in that one phrase
mhm.
that they can literally take it anywhere based on what they're doing. So like you could literally say, it's got the rhyme in there. It's got like different, words. It's got the, hey, yeah, okay. Like it's got whatever you need, and you could branch off of it based on what's going on or the beat. And I do know that other people actually just take old verse or things they've written or things that are in their head, and they just lay it down on a beat. And there's different ways that people do it sometimes, and they fought me and they're like, that's not true, that's hearsay. I'm like, well, the artists told me this. Multiple artists with different styles, they've all told me that they have go-tos that help them get to where they need to go, whether it's just like a structured phrase sometimes at the very base of it, and it's an entire verse sometimes at the more expanded version. Oh, now you're lying. I'm not fucking lying. Like I got into a throwdown fight, like where they had to get banned. It was a whole thing, because it's
Like a
true.
liar. I thought Truth No Lie was in here. Why are you lying, bro? No,
No, he's in here. He jumped
um,
in with Traumatos when he was on,
right.
schooling my ass about what, Drake. I had no clue about all that shit. There's all kinds of stuff they were talking about, and I was like, I'm just gonna sit
Yeah.
back and let y'all do your thing.
That's why some people don't consider him to be one of the greatest, like, because he has so many, like, there's so many phrases and bars stacked on top of each other, clear as day, that weren't his lyrics. There's so many of them. But yeah, back to the freestyle thing is, so some people, they go into it and they plan to have that in the back pocket for freestyles. For me, when I freestyle, when an old verse pops up, it's by mistake, like a motherfucker. Like, I don't, my mind just went somewhere else, and that's what popped up when it came back. From being blank, that's the line that came up. Like,
Isn't that supposed to? I mean, okay, technically, if it's a freestyle, it's kind of you're winging it, right?
yeah, you just wing it, just
Right.
wing it. There's
So
no structure to it. It's
if you
just the first thing
happen
that
to
comes to your mind.
use, and that's the thing, is that, see, people can't have their cake and eat it too. They can't like make a stipulation and then like it's not in the rules that you can't necessarily use a line you've used in a song before because it popped in your head. It's supposed to be off the top of your head, and if that's what popped in your head, then that's what you use. But then people get all butthurt and they get mad about it. Like,
Oh, it can be whatever pops in your head.
I mean, that's what
Okay,
I
so
do.
all right, so here's mine.
let's go.
His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms.
Bars. Let's
You
go.
didn't say I couldn't steal.
And you know what's crazy is like sometimes like someone will say that whole line because sometimes people black out. Everyone's a little different when they freestyle. So sometimes people will black out, and then when the beat stops or beat changes, they might think about their favorite song and say that first line to their favorite song and be like, knees weak, arms is heavy. Wait a minute, dun, 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 and then they switch and they go a whole other different route. The good ones will do that, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that it happens, bro. Like, no
Yeah,
one
well, I
said,
mean, like with that, like even people who like do borrow lines like that, like, but as long as they deviate from it,
right.
because it's off the dome. I mean, like you can't have every line be super intricate and interesting. You do need like rebound lines to like bring you back to
Yeah.
baseline or just recalibrate yourself and
Mm-hmm.
keep yourself in it. So I get that, but yeah, like. I don't know. Like some people just go back far and try. Like that's the weird thing. You can like go back really really far and steal lines from like old songs too, and that's where that can get shady too.
Yeah.
Like oh, people
Yeah,
forgot about that.
so see, I don't do that because I can't even think that far back. Like I don't remember the last two songs I made. You know, I remember Deity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And I don't remember the song I made before that. So like,
yeah.
and even now, just thinking about how Deity starts, I can't like. If you told me to rap a verse, my favorite verse right now, I wouldn't even know where to start because I don't even know what song. I don't like. I start questioning what song. I'm like, okay, yeah, this one had a dope verse, but how did that shit start? Like, so I couldn't even do it if I wanted to. But but people do
Yeah,
that shit
no.
all the time. Like some of my homeboys do that shit. Like they get in a freestyle little cipher. Everyone starts freestyling. My homeboy hit the same verse he been hitting for every year for like 5 years. He hit that verse in front of new people. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
Yeah.
But he hits it and he performs it when he does it. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll perform it. Like he'll take the whole energy out of the crowd.
So
And they think
if
it's a
you've heard it
freestyle.
before, you don't really care because he kind of delivered it really badass.
Yeah, and it's the homie. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put my homie out there like that. Saying.
Well, that's the thing.
But and by saying the difference for him is at the end of his verse, I know when it stops. He'll say some other shit. You know what I'm saying? So he'll keep going after that, say some other shit. So I'm like, I bet. But he's always lit. He's a performer. So it might be the same verse for 5 years, but he performed that shit like a motherfucker though.
Like they could have like a really badass verse and suddenly like a quote from another song, and they go through this really intricate badass verse, like oh yeah, and then they go yeah, but the refrigerator, and you're like wait what? Like where? And the washer keeps thumping, and I don't know what to do, and I'm just like fuck you, and it's like whoa wait how did you go from that to that? Like it's like your brain. Is it called a brain fart?
Bruh.
And people have them all the time.
All
Bruh,
the time.
I will never forget the day I was at it was I think I was in high school. I think it was sophomore year. And I went over to my friend's house to record something, and my boy was like, "Yo, I want to get on it too." So he gets on the mic and he starts freestyling, and the first thing he says is like, "Yo, I'm a badass. I put the milk away without the cap."
What?
And I just started fucking dying, bro.
But yeah.
He was just
Crazy.
clowning. He was just clowning, but it was too funny. And I just remember we downscaled it to like the deep voice effect and just had that. We were like, we
Yeah.
gotta make it sound tougher than it is, bro.
Yeah, cause that shit sounds crazy. Like
Yeah,
that
shit was
shit sounds
too
crazy.
funny.
Like
Like
I don't even know
fucking
what I would do.
chocolate screwed.
Hey, I'll tell him, yeah, you'll try again, bro. That ain't it. Like I don't know what I would do, bro.
No, it was hilarious. I mean, we didn't use it obviously, but he was just like trying to make us laugh.
Well, milk
Yeah,
bars,
that's
you know,
right.
I
they
gotta
hit
hit him up.
different, just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Remember I showed you a while back that video, the kid he was doing music for like animated film.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the guy who rapped, who
Gotcha.
freestyled it. You're really fucking talented, dude.
Okay, see, yeah, Nico just posted it. I'm posting up in the stratosphere looking down at a skyscraper, bitch. I'm fly like Luke Skywalker, green beam that's lightsaber. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're like, this, oh, and it's almost like you, Oh, okay. So the end of that, where you say light, like the lightsaber part, it's almost
Hmm.
like you're like, get it? It's a lot. Get it? Like you're like literally saying, get it for the people that like don't usually get it. Which I think is
Yeah.
always like tongue in cheek. I always think that's kind of cool, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that's Nico's favorite because Nico's a Star Wars head.
Oh no, I know, because he
So
said, please have him talk about the bar that he put in that one song about him. Yeah, he said
yeah,
that
so
earlier. I kind of skimmed over it a little bit. Sorry, bro.
I'm posted up in the stratosphere. Look at that, the skyscraper. Bitch, I'm flying Luke Skywalker. So and like even that line, right? Even if you're not if you're not a Star Wars fan, you still get it. You know,
Yeah,
green beam beyond your, your gun, lightsaber, boom. But like I specifically say green beam instead of red beam because Luke Skywalker and the Mandalorian came in with the green saber. So like it's like little things that make it they get more potency, you know. But he just like that shit because say Luke Skywalker. That's all.
well, here's the thing: is that you literally could have ended like, not to the rhyme, right? But you could have ended that whole thing with the green beam. But you're like, psst, that's a lightsaber. Like you're
Yeah.
literally like, get it, get it. Just in case they didn't get it. Like, and it's. I think to me, I love that. For some reason, I don't know if it makes me feel like all kind of salty and sarcastic. I love it. It's like you have like intricate, 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 intricate. Get it? That's a light. Like it's a lightsaber. Like you catch it? Like it's
Yeah.
almost like you're just making it easy, but everything is so intricate prior to it. I love like I don't know how to explain that. Like it just it hits different, and I like that.
It's like throwing a bone to for the people that where the bars are flying over their head. It's like sort of throwing them a bone. Like let you in on the joke.
Yeah, like let me let you in real quick in case
Yeah.
you didn't understand what I
Right,
said.
exactly. That's what that when he posted is perfect for that because that's exactly what the kind of stuff I'm talking about.
And
Because
like,
it could be as
oh, go ahead,
complicated
go
as
ahead.
all get out, right? You're very intricate with the things that you put down. You really are. However, it's almost that kind of like I said, it's like you get it. You're just like
Right,
I have these 80 different things. John
right.
Wayne. John Wayne. And
So
everybody's like,
like,
"Oh shit, John Wayne. Okay, cool." Like
right. No, so what I started doing, right, is sometimes I would say something and people were like, yo, yeah, yeah. But he didn't mean to do that. I'm like, what? Fuck you mean I didn't mean to do that? Like I wrote it, you know? So what I started doing is in my ad libs, if you listen, I'm explaining the bar in my ad libs also in the background. So I might say a word to complement the lyrics that's being delivered. And then I might say something like you said, like get it, that's a lightsaber. Right? You know, so that way you're like, oh, you talking about green bean? What are you talking about? I wasn't talking about that. Yeah, that's a lightsaber. Actually I was, you know? So that's what I ended up doing so people knew that it wasn't by accident. You know, so
it also puts a pretty little bow on it too.
yeah,
It
like
wraps up all the intricate lyrics up until that moment, and then you're like you literally have like a two-word or like a tiny phrase that sums it up, like everything you said, like one that stands out. And for the life of me, I could Google it. I'm not going to, but literally the one in the cipher where you're like you kind of have this look and you kind of move your hands. You're like breast cancer, and I'm like, got it. It stands out, and I can't remember what you said up until that, but it's just funny because to me it was like, I get it. Like I caught that, okay, and that's what I thought you meant,
right.
and that's what you meant, and so because it's almost like you're like everything I just said. See, I could sum it up in two words, but instead I'm gonna go intricate on your ass, like.
Right. And you know the performing part of it, I love performing it. So like when I'm in person and I get to perform a verse, like that shit is everything. Like so that's why when I do the videos, I make sure like my hand motions are explaining the bars or letting you know when to really pay attention to the words I'm emphasizing.
Right.
So so even when I said breast cancer, I said something about get it off your chest, breast cancer. But like I'm still talking about a whole zodiac scheme.
Right.
You know, that's the whole fucking thing. So I mentioned Cancer, Libra, all the Leos,
Right.
Virgos. I did all that shit.
Yeah, that whole
And
thing was about the zodiac. The entire that entire part of the cipher was about zodiac.
yep, the whole thing. And I was like, right, you said something about being a zodiac killer. I said something about horoscope. Like, I don't know, I said a whole bunch of shit. Said something about the sun, the line. Man, I said a whole bunch of shit. I don't even know what the fuck. But it all made sense, you know, and all tied together. But it all had different bars meaning something else on the top. So even if you don't know shit about zodiac, you catching the regular bars that's on the surface.
Right.
So yeah, it's one of them shits I like doing.
Well, that's why you're a burrito.
You know what I'm saying? Like basically, you know, basically a burrito out here. I think Nico's favorite Star Wars bar was on this song I did, which might be one of my other top favorites or favorite 5. To answer Young, is another YouTube cipher. So I did this song called Another YouTube Cipher, and I mentioned all the YouTubers I knew at the time in that song, in some shape or form. So I schemed the whole shit off their names. But the line I'm talking about with Nico, that Nico likes, is I think is where I caught Nico right off the bat when he heard this. It was I said something about Lion King that related to like Mufasa and related to damn Darth Vader, because the same fucking actor plays the same voice. And I put it together, and as I wrote it, I was like, this shit gonna be hard. Not many people gonna catch it. And literally no one caught it. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Right? I'm like, right, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, literally no one's catching what the fuck is going on. Maybe I spaced it out too much. Like maybe I got a little too crazy with it. But then Nico commented and he's like, oh my goodness. And like he broke the bar down and I was like, yes, fucking amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, that's my thing. I catch the obscure ones, like the easy one. You know, there's a softball's okay, but the ones that are like, oh wait, they went. Then I actually do, but I can't. I suck at articulation. Like I can't. In the moment, I can't say anything about it, but I get what's going on. Like I catch that. A lot of times, I'll catch the underlying, like what's being said. Like for example, Skullz' most recent song, I caught. On the first, I'm not gonna lie, on the first way through, because I was really, really listening, I caught about 70%, I'd say.
Okay.
But I had an idea of where he was going with it. Like when you're saying this and then it goes and it transitions to that, I was catching that. Versus, you know, some people will just they'll do one line and it'll be closed off, and then the next line it doesn't like transition well, like where the sections of a song have a theme to them kind of, and you kind of move through it move through that fluidly. I tend to catch those pretty well. I was really proud of myself at that point, but
I was just mad nobody caught my Jotunheim bar.
I don't know what that means.
Jotunheim
no.
is of Nordic.
XMC caught it.
Yeah, it's a Nordic mythology. Jotunheim is where all the giants were.
Why don't
see that's
so the bar is tall orders come in short supply, big boy straight out of Jotunheim. Nobody catches that, and that's a fucking bar, bro. I'm sorry, that's a bar. So when he caught that, I was like, yes.
Bro, I know you be hating that shit. Like, yo, 20 motherfuckers in a row that listen to the same spot, made a weird face, and still didn't catch what the fuck I said. I'm irritated. Like,
yeah. Well, the thing that that grinds my gears was that like people like watch like Thor and stuff like I'm not like I don't watch like the comic book movies and stuff really. So like I'm kind of out of that loop. But that's Nordic mythology, right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I crazy? And it's like, how do I know that? But people don't know. I thought like that's how we can bridge the gap here, you know. But it's like,
by the way, that was officially the whitest thing you've said tonight. Was it grinds your gears?
Yeah, that was a Family Guy reference.
Yeah, that's
That's why I
that's
said it.
the only time I didn't think of nothing white. I thought Family Guy. So
Yeah,
you're good.
See,
we're
I
gonna
don't watch
grind my
Family
gears.
Guy. I don't get it.
Yeah.
He quotes Family Guy all the time, and I'm like, I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah. But yeah, but that so what Skullz is talking about, like that's the difficult part for it. Because like if you're having a pun and this person don't know shit about comics, he's not gonna catch that part of the bar. But you talking about Jotunheim, think about yo, that's a fucking bar. But the challenging part is like how can the book people and the Jotunheim motherfuckers catch it and it mean the same thing? That's the hardest fucking part.
Yeah.
Trying to do a triple entendre. That's the hardest part of it.
Yeah, it's hard to tie it all together. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I said because like you have to say the same exact thing, but it has to mean 3 different things.
Yeah, to 3 different people from 3 different walks of life.
Yep. And that's the hardest part, bro. That's literally the hardest part to make it. And it has to make sense. Because it can't not make sense. It has to make sense.
True.
Yeah. Facts, man.
But I appreciate the effort that people put into it, like that, and I always love when I do catch it because, like I said, I am not an artist. I just listen, but on the other hand, I love puns, and I love like okay, that sounded bad. Like I love innuendos. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're like, it's a wink, wink, nod towards something. Like I catch those better than anything else. When someone's basically making a reference without saying it. So if like you have where you're going with this spaceship thing, I can catch that you're talking about spaceships and you're going through all these different words and you're twisting and bending them, but I catch that it's all related to the rocket ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rocket, I rocket, like, you rock back and forth, you rocket, there's a rocket ship, like I catch that shit. But I'm not good at articulating what I do. Like I'm like, well, yeah, like spaceships, dude. Like that's me. I'm like spaceships, right?
Like, okay, well, what do you mean? Like,
You're like, I spent 85 minutes on making sure this was clear and doing some really cool wordplay, and you say, yeah, well, spaceship. Like that's it. Okay, cool.
Right. Yeah. And part of the and what's that word? Part of writing a scheme like that is psychology, right? So if I'm gonna mention something about space and then later on in the verse say something about like a meteor or something, like your ears are already like the psychology had already been built since the very first line when I said something about a rocket ship.
Right.
So now you're gonna already be engaged enough to catch the next bars that might be comet.
Well, you could be talking about a meteor, or it could be meteor, like it's meteor, than that one that doesn't have as much meat in it. Like you could literally be saying something else, but your brain immediately goes back to what you referred to in the beginning.
Because how I started the verse, the first thing I said was boom. And you're like, oh shit. Okay, let me listen again because I felt like you said a whole bunch of other shit in between that I didn't hear. Yeah. Now that you heard meteor and I said space at the beginning. So that's part of the psychology of it. So you throw the hints out there, and then the big punch is like, oh shit, it hits you harder because now you're already thinking about some space shit. Like,
right. Even though you're not even talking in that specific line about a spaceship or space bars, or space bars on your keyboard. Haha, get it? Okay, anyway. But you're literally, that's where your brain is going. And so it ties into all of it. I get that.
Mm-hmm. So that's how I try to do it also. So.
Well, that's what I said. I really appreciate how you do that because that's what caught me. And I listened to it a couple of times just to try to make sure I caught, what you were saying. I knew that it was like the first one I heard was the cipher. So I was a Zodiac. I caught all that. It took me a couple listens to catch some of the bars, like what you were saying and I did have to listen a couple times, but I got the gist of it pretty quick. Like I got that's where the theme that you had going on and the fact that it just tickled me to no end. that you literally
Get a little
like,
pickle, get a little pickle in the stomach.
like you were literally like, you know, this, and I'm like, ha ha, that's what I thought. Damn it, that's exactly what. Yeah, that's exactly what you were saying. Like, it just makes you feel some type of way, and it's kind of cool. Like, I just think it's very unique. Not everybody does it. People do it throughout their bars. People do it throughout their verses. People do it throughout whatever they're doing. However, you literally can make an entire verse where you're doing that like every fucking line.
You know what's crazy? That wasn't even the full verse for that cipher.
True.
I had to cut it short.
Well, you mean you said you turned it into like 8,500 bars or some shit like that.
It was like, I think it was originally 12 or 16. I went over it, and I did tell Blindside, I was like, y'all went a little bit over, but it's because the scheme was so fucking long, I couldn't really cut it short. I felt like if I cut it short, I would have done more damage to the verse than good. But there's still like 4 more bars that I took out, so it won't be that long. So yeah, so like, so if it was my song, I would have made a whole fucking long ass fucking song about something.
Like, I'm gonna do this half, and then y'all can do the rest of the other half. Like,
Right. I got the first part, y'all for the rest. Ooh.
That's savage.
Yeah, I know. Hey, and I was like, yo, I'm about to do 24 bars. Fuck this shit. But I was like, nah, man, I can't do that. But I was already going, and like the next line was just rolling into the next one and rolling into the next one. And I was like, ah, shit, the verse done. Damn it.
Hit that
All
flow
right.
state.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what I would do. So I had to like go back and take some lines out that I didn't want to take out, and I was like, ah, fuck. Oh, but yeah, man. It'd be
That's
like that
for a
sometimes.
rainy day.
It was a rainy day, but still got the job done. Still got the mission complete.
I just honestly, I just want to. I mean, we've been here. I don't know, and I always ask this. We have pretty much asked this almost every single time. We've been going at this for about 2.5 hours at this point, and it never feels like that ever. But the fact that you took the time to come hang out with us and to let us into some of the stuff, you know, the way that you think and the way you do your music, and you know, some, you know, things about your life and yourself as a person, and you know, your stuff you like and don't like and all of that. I can't even thank you enough. It's truly appreciated, because I truly think that I'm surprised that more people don't know about you. I mean, I think they should. Honestly, like, I think that, you know, you should be out there a lot more than you are at this point, and I think that you're going to get there. You know, of course,
Yeah,
once you win the lottery and you start busting out video every month. You know, I'm just kidding.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like fucking $1,000 videos every week.
Yeah, exactly. You know, balling.
Yeah, I only heard you on the cipher, bro, but I liked what I heard. I'm definitely gonna have to check out your stuff. I know I'm subbed to your channel already, so I'm definitely gonna check out some more of your stuff this week.
And I guarantee
Yeah, man, I got a lot of good material out there. Especially like in the last year or so. Like I don't really drop bad verses, you know, because I challenge myself to have every verse better than the last one, or do something different I've never done, or try some new shit. Like, so I really don't have any verses that I don't like. So if I were to send you a song, I would just select 4 random ones probably, and just send them to you.
like eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Yeah, for
Well,
sure.
to start, honestly, you could go, well, I know some of them are gone now, but like the stories that I post, I tend to put the artist's music on there, and I try to make different songs each time, so that there are, you know, different people get to hear. If you catch the story and it's this song, you catch the story, it's that song. Or if you catch both, you hear 2 different clips of different stuff that you're doing, right? And that's the intention behind it. And I take a lot of time to go and select, you know, something that I feel like represents you in some way. I hope that I haven't fell short on that. Where if you hear it yourself, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense that it was put on there, right? You could go, you know, people hear that and they tend to, you know, check stuff out. People see this podcast. I know for a fact people in the community, they will, and Rain just said it right there. Can't wait to get into your music. She listened to a second. It sounds fire. That's the thing.
Awesome.
You know, generally, we don't tend to push people that are trash, because I'm sorry, like, I'm not saying that people can't do better, but if you're not doing everything that you can and pushing the best that you can and putting out some quality content, then, you know, there's only a limited, time is money, or lack of money, or whatever. I can't
Yeah.
necessarily bring somebody on that has just started 3 days ago, right? That doesn't
Right,
make any
right.
sense. And you actually know what you're talking about. You've got something unique about you. So generally, people are going to go check it out that don't already know who you are. I see a lot of your people here, which is amazing. I appreciate you all coming through as well. But, you know, anything that we can do to, just put a spotlight on people that deserve it, or are doing something unique or different, or we just want to get to know better, right?
Right.
I mean, all of it's a good thing. That's support right there. You do whatever you can, and your people are here, and they're supporting you, and that means, to be honest, that puts you levels above sometimes, right? Because your people are like, he's gonna be on, I'm gonna be there, and there they are, right there. That says a
So,
lot about you.
yeah, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, Nico be everywhere I'm at before I be there.
Well, I've seen Nico a million times, and I know Nico's seen me a million times. So we never are like best friends. Like, we haven't talked, like, and held hands and watched a movie or anything. But we're in a lot of the same places at the same time. So it matters when you jump into places and someone says, like him being in here, I recognize him, right? Like I said, word of mouth is everything. Recognizing someone because you see them around, or they've been mentioned, or you've seen their music, or someone pushes it, especially in this community, it means everything.
Yeah, and Young just said something that's like true. So he said he's underrated because he's talented. So, and I was talking about I had mentioned this to one of the homies probably like a month ago, and I was like, yo, whenever you're at a certain level, it's different. So you're either so people don't look at it the same as if it sounds like every club song. Like when people come perform at the club, like if it don't sound like a club song, they probably won't listen to it again because they're there for some club shit. But there's a few that will actually listen and be like, oh shit, this is legit. This dude's being real lyrical in here. Like he's actually saying some shit. So you so for the natural ear, it sounds like nothing. But for people that actually are interested in your particular craft, you catch them. So
Yep.
you'll catch a few at a time, but eventually that few at a time is gonna grow. And that's just all I just do is just keep putting out content, and eventually the right people are gonna hear it on this platform. And when they do, it'll be ready because I've been ready. So
Well, that's the
it'll be
thing.
ready.
Is that the people that do catch it, especially, like, and I'm seriously, I am completely talking about my community, because they're real ones, and they don't fuck around with people that are like, if you're good, you're good. They're gonna tell you if they like what you're doing, and if they like you, they're gonna show up when you premiere something. They're gonna show up and they're gonna drop likes. They're gonna go through your catalog and they're gonna listen to your stuff. And when something comes up and someone makes a random ass comment, they're going, hey, you should go check this one out. They totally name drop all the time. They totally tell each other, this is somebody you should check out. And when someone tells them, hey, you should check this person out, they tend to do it. And I do too. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to go listen to a couple things and see what I think. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a really cool part
100%.
about having real people that actually care about. That's one of the big things about the community. We care about the art, and in this particular category, the independent artists. We had a competition a couple months ago. It was the first and only so far, but we had a competition, had 12 people, and we did like a wheel and picked the people to go up against each other with their songs, and it was a lot of fun. I thought it was a lot of fun.
I
Yeah,
agree.
competition's healthy.
And
And oh, go ahead. My bad.
no, I was just gonna say that we met a lot. We had met a lot of good people. And a couple people changed my mind on different types of music that I usually wouldn't fuck with. But, like, for example, I'm gonna call Larry out. Larry has a song High. I don't usually ever click on anything that's either, the whole thing's about smoking weed, because I don't, and I just don't care. Like, it's just not for me. But that song was a banger. People that talking about, pussy popping and I have a big dick. I don't care. Like, I don't care. So I don't click on that stuff. That's just not for me.
It's Skullz funny as hell.
I'm just
Wait,
like,
what?
No, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, but yet having a competition, I mean, judging something and learning about new artists, and then all the people that showed up, meeting new people, they all heard people, they knew, they came for their peeps, right? They came for their artists that they wanted to support or whoever they knew. And then they saw people they'd never heard of before. And then they went down those rabbit holes like, oh, I'm going to check you out. Oh, I'm going to check you out. And that's, to me, that was epic. Like, to me, that's almost mattered more than who won. It didn't matter who won. To be able to showcase that many people in a healthy, good, like friendly, honestly friendly, sincere, and competition meant everything. Just getting the word out. Hey, look at all these people that you probably never heard of, but that doesn't mean they don't have some fucking talent. And now you're gonna hear it, right? And then we're gonna judge them because everybody likes drama and everybody judging people. But it was just a really good time. So like when it comes especially this genre, I'm talking about independent, like rap music,
Right.
they're looking for good people. They're looking for good artists.
And it's also like the fact that everyone like at the end could be like, yo, GG, like fucking good game. Like that was fun. Like it was well fought. That was a good time. Like, and even if I lost, like that's not what it, like at the end, like we were talking, we were chilling, talking about it. And like, we all had
friends with most of them too. Most of them are in the Discord. Most of them I still see around or I talk to, or I could hit them up and they know, like they'll, it's all love. It's all support. There's enough success for everybody. You don't have to step on someone to get where you're going. Champagne Rain just said, I found lots of new music that day. Share those artists with others. That's what it's all about.
I know. And like I said, like at the beginning of that, I was worried that because like I never judged, like, I never did anything like that, being a judge in something. So I was like, what if I don't like all this? Like what if I don't like any of the songs? And like, I don't want to lie to people. Like, how can I be constructive and helpful? Bro, I fucking liked almost everything I heard. Like, I was so surprised by the fucking quality. Even like I told Larry, like, I don't smoke weed, so like that's not my type of music. But like, I was vibing out to his shit. I almost wanted to fucking start smoking weed. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, hey, it's not what I do, but I fuck with the music at the same time, and I recognize the talent.
Yeah. And that's what it's all about. And when you find somebody that's got talent or uniqueness or something special, you just want people to get to know them. Because some people, right, they don't just like your bars. They don't just like the beat. Yeah, they appreciate both of those. But when they're invested in you as a person, that changes everything. Because that's where you get your real supporters. Like the people that you say you got your group chat. I see them in here. I know who they are. I can tell which ones they are. And they're in here. And they know you as a person. They see you as a person, right? As an approachable person they can talk to, that they can support, that they can be there for. And that changes everything when it comes to like really trying to help push your content out.
I mean, the support circle gotta be strong, no matter like where you're doing it, whether it's like online or in person, it's gotta be there, And what I always do is I always make sure I support who supports me,
Right.
So like everyone that I try to mention everyone's name that I see that's in my chat, so that they get their little support back, so that they know I recognize them, And I mean, this guy support who supports you, like so now eventually when I see xxK, I'm gonna share it
You mean
randomly. You know what I'm saying?
that? So I expect that to be a bar in one of your songs. You're just gonna like scat in the middle of your song.
That definitely sounded sexual right there. So I go ahead and scat on the microphone. I'm like, the fuck.
I didn't say skeet on the microphone. I said scat.
Ow.
God damn it.
But yeah, so I mean, I'm a support. Like I said, I probably won't even know what you post, and I'll just see it and hit reshare, or requote, retweet, whatever it is, because that's just how I move. That's how I operate, and support whoever supports me and keep that shit pushing.
No, absolutely.
keep growing, keep growing, because the bigger you get, bigger I get. I'm on the platform now. Bigger
Well,
I get, bigger you get. So I'm sharing it. So it all
and
goes hand in hand. It's all about the network.
yeah,
That's a
exactly.
community that grows, man. It's a fucking snowball, Katamari Damacy. Like, just keep fucking picking shit up and rolling with it. Like, people gotta, like, those are the types of communities you want to build.
I'm
Like, just
I'm
grow with
super proud of this community. I'm not gonna lie. I am like so proud of this community. Like I brag all the time, and I feel like I have a right to because they're fucking badass people. And I can tell you that half the people in the chat are in the Discord, whether they lurk or not. Like content creators, artists, they all lurk. They stay just because they support. Whether they mute the whole fucking thing, that's fine. Doesn't bother me none. But they stay because they fuck with us, right? Like, and if you ever have something coming down the pipe or whatever, and you just tell one of your people, drop it in the Discord. If I don't catch it, just tell them to drop it in there. We've got plenty of channels to like support that, and people go looking for it. If we drop links, they go check it out. That's because they want to support. That's some of us, that's kind of our bread and butter. It's fun for us. We want to see people do well. And it's hard to, and I see a lot of people in the chat that are those people because I see them other places. I see them in other chats. I see them on their own content. And that's what everybody's doing. That's like when I had Traumatos on here, I'm like, you're pushing to help other people be seen and heard. And we're doing it in our own way and you're doing it in your own way. But the goal is the same, is to support and collaborate and just, get people to see something they might not normally see just clicking randomly on YouTube because YouTube's algorithms suck. YouTube, you suck with your algorithms. It's that simple.
Hey. So on the very first line in Deity, I said it's ludicrous how they only hear me from word of mouth. And that's basically just everything that we just talked about. Like word of mouth is the best form of support.
It's the strongest and it's the most powerful. If I say to you, right, like, look, I don't fuck with this person because they just, I wouldn't even say that. Let's just say I wouldn't work with this person, whoever it may be under the sun. It could be anybody for any reason. And I say, look, I would never work with them again. If you ever came across them in any capacity,
you would think about it.
You'd think about it. You'd think twice about working. Now, if they approached you and you'd never heard a word from me, right? You'd be like, okay, well, I want to hear what you have to say. But because let's just say you and me have mutual respect, right? You have respect for my opinion. I have respect for yours. And if you're like, dude, this one, you didn't even fucking show. Or you didn't even have to say that. You just say, I just wouldn't work with them again. Enough said. Say less, right? So at that moment, when you run into them, all of a sudden, all of that in the back of your mind, you just know it's like, I'm gonna kind of take a second look. People don't understand that their reputation and how they deal with people, the respect matters in the long run. People that support you, you fuck with them more, right? If they tell you, hey, this would be totally cool, or hey, this person's cool, you should really like talk to them. You're going to think about it more if you respect them and those are people that support you and that you trust than some random Joe Schmo off the street, right?
Yeah.
It's the most powerful thing ever. And in an industry that literally one moment can destroy your career, one stupid mistake, one don't fucking bother to show up, one like shit talking the wrong fucking person, it doesn't matter how you go about it. You got to be careful. You got to be professional and respectful. And consistent, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Consistency is key to everything. Like.
Yo, by the way, I feel like nobody, like, we didn't even like give you your credit. That Ludacris bar was dope. I caught it.
Oh yeah. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it was an album, right? Was it a song or an album by him?
It was an album. It was like his biggest album he made.
Yeah, it's been a while since I listened to Ludacris, man. Jeez.
Well, so Ludacris is one of my influences. Like,
it's a good influence to have.
He's one of my favorite rappers.
I fucking love Ludacris.
Yeah, man. That's why I was like, I understand, like, you know how, because like we work so hard as independent artists, like basically the whole thing we just been talking about, and but you know the best way is the word of mouth, like you said, like the whole little network and everything. And in the song, I'm saying, yo, it's crazy how that's the only way that motherfuckers hear about me. Like, why aren't these bigger people with platforms or bigger marketing companies? Why aren't they pushing this skill set instead of that bullshit? You know, and that's really that's why I think that's why I'm sitting at where I'm at now, with like right at 5,000 subs, is because they don't want that shit. They don't want to push that shit. You know, the only way to grow is through each other, and that's just how the independent life is until we make that break.
Well, think about it though. And I'm going to say this, and I'm literally speaking on behalf of like myself in my own perspective, and take it for what it's worth. I'm aware of how many subscribers. So we're at, like, last time I checked, we were at, I think, 412. We just hit 400 the other day. Like, and it's all the little milestones. It's so much fun. Because, every five, where I'm like, yes, let's go. Like, I get all
Well,
excited.
you're at 413 now, kind of subbed, so.
Oh, I appreciate that. See? But that's the thing, is that every single one of them, and the cool part is in that in this space that I'm in specifically, it's harder to get subscribers, right? Because I don't have, and yeah, there are people that come here for you and they subscribe because they want to be reminded when it goes live, and then they might unsubscribe because, like, well, I was here for him and not for you. Cool, I'm good with that. Like, if you want to hear us bring other people on and what we did in the past, keep subscribed. But if you don't, that's not a problem. It's hard earned, right? It's the return rate of the people, like, that are currently subscribed in my analytics is super fucking high, really high, right? The people that are new, it fluctuates, but the people that come back that are actually subscribed is super high. And I guarantee you that you probably have that same thing, because your subscribers are most likely actual, like, okay, I mean, people like, I don't like the word fans. Okay, they're fans. They like your music. They fuck with you. They like you as an artist. So those are, to me, more important than the 100,000 dormant ass subscribers who are hoping that, no offense, reactors, y'all know I love you. I fuck with all y'all. But like, you're gonna hope that Skullz is gonna do another Tool reaction, or that hope that someone's gonna do a Tom reaction, or someone's gonna do a Easy Mill reaction, right? And they only click on that one video. Your subscribers most likely click on everything that you do. At least, there are dormant ones, but at least the ones that do are consistent every single time. That means a lot. A lot.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, for sure. Like, at the end of the day, shit just gotta make sense altogether. Like, shit gotta make sense. And so, yeah, 100%. Like, because I don't want motherfuckers coming to my page so they want to learn about Topic Dollar.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about that. Like, I want you to come to my page so I want you to hear my music.
Right. Everybody does. Exactly. That's exactly the fact. And especially with artists, like, just because you do this, you rap and someone else raps, doesn't mean that you want them to come to you hoping you sound like someone else. You want them to come to you because they like what you do.
Mm-hmm. And I'm Gucci. I'm Gucci with it. Because, like I said, eventually it'll be bigger than that. Because my Spotify account is bigger than my damn YouTube, I believe. Yeah. So, yeah, it should have got to make sense, So I feel it. I feel it. Because I'm not about to do anything that's not me.
No, absolutely. But I mean, absolutely appreciate everything that you do. Like, do.
And do.
Shut up. I hate when I say that.
Yeah.
No, but I do appreciate you coming through with us, honestly, and to spend your time with us and to just get to know us a little bit better and let us get to know you, and share some of your insights and kind of like how your brain works and what you're doing and, your intentions. And I absolutely can't wait to see your stars just rising up, and I can't wait to see what happens next, honestly.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and I appreciate both of y'all, for real. even though Skullz was late as fuck, you know what I'm saying? And then
Right.
and then Skullz come in, didn't even say hey to no one, he just popped up like, yep, pineapples and fucking jalapenos.
Like as if he accidentally left it on mute for a second, like he was here the whole fucking time. He just tried to slide up in there.
Nah, hey, I'm not making excuses. I was late. I'm sorry. I apologize. You know, but hey, man, it was really nice meeting you. It was really nice talking to you. You're fucking dope. You're a dope artist. I'm definitely gonna check out more this week, and I really appreciate you taking the time to come on here.
Hey, man, no problem. I appreciate y'all, man. Just hit me, send me a link or something. Y'all need something shared, I'll share that shit.
No, appreciate it. And by the way, everybody in chat, thank you for being here. The people have been here from the beginning, the people that are listening in the future, the people that listened in the past, you know. Okay. But I'm just saying thank you, everybody that has stopped by. Make sure you hit the like, make sure you make a comment, because that actually fucking matters and it makes me feel special. And I really appreciate it after it goes, like once we stop and then you can leave a comment, please do. And also in the description, check out his channel. It's in there. And you can check out all of his music and see what he's doing. Check him out on Instagram. His name's the same, so it's not too complicated. Just look for him and you'll find him. And if you live anywhere near him, go check out that club and like get VIP and I want footage. I want to know what that's all about, because like I haven't been to a club since I was like 20. So
Nice.
I want to live vicariously through y'all. But everybody that's in the chat, thank you for being here and thank you for sticking around and, you know, getting to know him and talking with us again.
And we'll see y'all elsewhere.
Whole lot of ganging.
All right, we're out, guys. Love you.
Peace. Love you, chat.
Yeah.